recording. The Frostmoor Crows returns today on an unnumbered episode, which you can find down there if you really care that much. In any case, our dearest Frostmoor Crows have been away on an adventure for some time, which I think one of you guys should perhaps describe, and where you are and what's happened and why. I think
strikes me that Maria hasn't done a lot of
No.
recaps.
of recaps. Yeah, I did the last one, and it's usually Josiah. I think it's Maria's turn.
Okay. So we ended up unfreezing or unstoning Unglamor, with quite a bit of reluctance on Tricky Bob's part, but it seemed like she wasn't too bad, although quite morally grey, I'd say. Then eventually we decided to get out of the chasm. Chasm? How do you pronounce it?
Chasm.
Chasm. We decided to get out of the chasm or wherever we were, got back on our boat, and that's when we realized upon arriving that she disappeared, because we were also being chased by the Stormazin, I believe.
Right.
The Stormazin?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
The Stormazin don't like her, right?
They're the sun people.
The Sun People.
Yep.
I mean, typically they would be considered the good guys in most cases, but
now they're bastards.
this was a specific scenario. It was a very specific situation. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. We've
freeing
crossed them.
Yeah, well, you freed one of their very long-term captives.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Good, we freed up a cell for them.
Right. Leave it that way.
Yeah. Now they can go back to the end of the earth, right?
Right. Excellent.
Yeah.
So, and what did you do after that? Any details anyone would like to add?
I don't think so. I think we pretty much left it there, right?
Yeah, we landed on the we're close to Vanderhold, and we've just noticed that Unglamor is not on the boat any longer.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yes. And so as you and your two Goliath crew row to the shore, indeed you look about and Unglamor is missing. Behind you in the distance you can see the second sun in the mist along the fog of the shore, the fog of the, what's it called? The edge, the horizon, that word, yes. Brain is waking up. Yeah. And as you're approaching, you see a group of people coming down from the top of the township of Balkanard. Of course, the huge dead squid thing still lays where it is, like a mountain. To your right, its head sits along the beach about a mile down this very straight beach, cliff tops overlooking it. It's kind of melded into the cliff tops in this case, pushed up against them, and one of the tentacles is quite close to where you are, just floating past you as you come into the shoreline. And there's this section of shoreline where somebody has literally chopped a tentacle and truncated it and taken a part of it out of it so that people can make passage through to the shore, to the water itself. To your right, over by the actual thing, the actual monstrosity, you can see the series of tents and like a wooden city built around the side of it, and scaffolding and what have you built up onto it. Lots of sheets of fur and leather covering a wooden scaffolding, essentially, not allowing anybody to see what's really going on underneath there. And you can see the smoke rising from the township around you. There's a light fluttering of snow in the air, tiny little particles drifting, and it's cold as this crowd comes weaving down through the township towards you. The two Goliath look at you and look at each other, and they look a little bit trepidatious about what may or may not be about to happen. Do you say anything to each other at that point?
What are we
Good time to panic?
Yeah, I mean, what are we going to tell? What are we going to say we did?
Well,
I mean, what do we have to say? Anything? You know,
do we go back?
Do
we need to go back
anyway?
right now? Back into the fog?
Nah. Let's just carry on.
Well,
Let's
they're
carry
going to
on.
ask too many questions if we.
How do we carry on at this point, though? We had our plan. It was throw the squid.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we don't know where she's gone. She could still
Actually-
be here.
Actually, that wasn't the original plan. The original plan was to get on curry favor with the Goliath tribes, right? And see if maybe we could get their help to get rid of the squid or get rid of the people in Vanderhold.
Giant seemed way quicker.
Well, it is, but we now may not have that option anymore, you know?
Why don't
Well,
we?
let's not say what we did.
Well, what about the Goliath? They'll tattle on us.
I have shit.
They don't know what we do. They know. Do they know what we
They
did?
saw the giant.
Are they here? Where are they?
The Goliath, the
Yeah,
the two that are with you. Yeah, they've been rowing, and as the boat comes up and into the shore, they stand up and lift their oars upright. They begin to take the sail down off the boat.
Let's leave them on the boat and say that they have to pack up the boat. Is that a thing?
Right.
They have to deboat while we go
What?
talk to the leaders. Whatever. Doc.
All right.
Doc.
What are we gonna tell? God, what's his name? I've forgotten everything.
That
Everything
we
that's ever happened
completed
to
the
me.
trial and we are now the leaders.
Sure. All right. We'll just go with we defeated the monsters.
Yeah,
there,
we
defeated
completed
the skeletons.
trial.
Defeated the Medusa. We did the trial. That's the trial.
I think
right?
the fact that we return and the Goliaths say that we went to the island and back, right? I think that should be proof enough that we completed their silly trial. But they didn't really give us any details about what we had to do there.
All right. Let's go with that. Let's meet our adoring public.
Right. Now, I must admit I am having trouble tracking down names of NPCs in Vanderhold for
I
some
think we
reason.
only met a couple people. We met Mabe.
Maybe.
She was the old blind lady. There's a physician,
Oh, yeah.
Herr Tunfrick. Tunnyfrick.
Tunafrick.
Tunfrick. There we go.
Yeah,
There
he's
was, Wojcik.
our friend.
He's a friend.
Yes,
think.
he came to our room at night, and
I warned you off.
that's right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then there was
Right.
Dolores the maid as well.
Shows what he
Oh, no.
knows.
Yeah, Dolores was Maria's maid.
Right. And she had previously, no, I don't know. Maybe was she the one that had previously been a maid to somebody else that was important?
Maria, I think.
Yes.
Well, besides Maria.
Ah, pass.
No. Okay. Okay. What was the main lord's name?
Wojcik.
Wojcik.
Benesta.
Yeah.
Previously had been misnamed as a Vanderkoff. I think.
Yeah.
Montkoff.
Monkoff. there we go,
Monkoff.
Yeah.
How did I spell his current name then?
Wojtek.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Cool. Thank you very much. Excellent. All right. So you see Lord Wojtek Festenia, Lord of Vanderhold, a man of great intelligence and rationale, fueled by ambition, riding down amongst the crowd with his soldiers about him. They fan out on either side of the road and on either side of the boat as you disembark. He stops his horse and raises his hand for all of the soldiers to stop, and he begins to dismount. You see a number of other nobles on horses behind him. They also wear colorful robes, unlike everybody else who's wearing gray and brown, except for the soldiers, who have green overtones in their robes. Their halberds are pointed at you, and Lord Festenia says, "So, you've returned. Interesting."
Yes, thank you for the warm welcome.
And
And I
you
Grab my
have
finger and pull down one of the whole
you pull down what?
birds. I like point it down.
Oh, okay. You.
No?
No, I don't think any. I mean, if you're holding a halberd and someone uses their finger to try and
Yeah.
move it, I'm not sure that's going to happen.
What if I death glare them as I do so?
Yeah.
because we've just come back from meant to die.
Mm.
I'll tell you what, you can make a Constitution saving throw.
All right then.
You're on mute.
You're on, what did you roll?
13.
13? 13? Okay, you don't cut your finger on the halberd.
All right then. So wait, was this the leader or is this the wizard?
This is the leader.
Oh, good.
You see the wizard there too. The wizard is there too. You also see the maid, Maria's maid, Dolores, is there.
Really throwing me off.
Well, there's much to discuss of our challenge. Perhaps we could regale you of our tale over dinner.
Perhaps around less pointy armaments as well.
He he waves the halberds back. He says, "So you have succeeded in your test, then?"
Yes, the Medusa is defeated,
A Medusa, interesting.
and the bony bull man, the bull bone man, and his bony boys are all
We
defeated.
placed the stones. We rung the bell.
One of the Goliaths steps off the boat and comes over to you. He says, "You must not speak of the trial."
Oh, sorry. We did
Yes.
complete it, but we are not allowed to speak of it.
And we also defeated many foul monstrosities. Two.
Josiah, you're spoiling too much.
The Goliath nudges you with his elbow in the back of your shoulder blade. Kind of gently, not enough to hurt you, but kind of enough to make you take a step.
If we tell everyone how to do the trial, then it's not really a trial anymore.
Of course, yes. My apologies, everyone. Forget I said anything. I forgot everything.
And actually, that's the funny thing, is you did
Yes.
for a while.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So Vistania, he turns about on his horse, and he and his nobles begin to ride off back to the castle.
But
The
they don't
soldiers-
escort us.
No, the soldiers withdraw,
Hmm.
and they march back away. They seem to be mostly concerned with Vistania's personal safety,
Mm.
and they withdraw back to the castle too.
I turned to one of the Goliath that just rocked up and said, "Is your leader still in town?
I
would
do
he
not
be?
know.
Or can you take us to him prior to our
Perhaps
engagement?"
prior to the engagement, I'm not sure. It might be a long way.
Okay.
Well, why don't we attend court? We'll throw them off with some wild stories, and then we'll sneak out. And we'll reconvene with the Goliath tribe.
What are we saying to the leader here?
Let's
Is
go.
it too bold to just say, by the way, your city is currently heavily involved in a drug cartel involved with the squid and the wizards, and then point at the wizard?
I think they
Symbol
must know
roll.
it.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm pointing it out in the open like that. What are they going to do?
Oh,
Say you're
okay.
under arrest?
Maybe. Oh, it did send us to die.
Yeah, but that's what we can warn him. We can say, look, well, we know what's going on here, and you have the tough choice to make of deciding who you plan to stand with when this
Where are
comes
we?
to a head.
We're on
At
the
the moment.
beach.
We're on the beach. Okay, cool.
And then we leave. And get stalked for a bit.
What if he decides to go with the wizards? They've obviously made this worth his while.
Then we
Yeah.
fight our way out.
I think we can probably assume that the Lord of Vanderhold, the Montcoff man, even though he's not a Montcoff. Yeah, I think we can assume that the Lord of Vanderhold is snugly in the pockets of the Barrackile.
Did we just not go back then to him? What more? He doesn't have anything to offer us anymore.
That's kind of what I thought we were going to do. I thought we were going to head around to the Goliath.
Yeah, let's just
Yeah,
bugger
right.
off.
Yeah, let's ghost this guy.
All right.
Let's do that.
Well,
Okay.
have we I'm more worried about being chased by Stormazin. I mean, should we not kind of
Nah, don't worry about them.
Look, I mean,
I want them to chase us because I want Unglamor.
look to the skies, Tricky
Yeah.
Bob. Can you see any floating airships?
can I?
Yeah, can we?
Perception check.
All right.
Perception.
Let's
check.
all look to the skies.
Ooh, a
I do that.
natural one.
You can
Damn.
see, okay,
And-
Tricky Bob, you can absolutely see an airship coming over the horizon.
Oh my god. I mean, oh my Morton. She's panicking. She's what would she do if she was being chased by giant gods?
Get underground as fast as you can.
They're the
Look
giant,
down.
mortal giant clerics of giant gods, to be clear.
They are
You're being
giants.
pursued by
They are
other
giants.
clerics of Moradin, essentially.
Right, but
Goodness.
giant ones
Hmm.
with flying ships.
Yeah, the spells don't matter if you can just step on someone.
Why are we even worrying about the drug trade or the squid when obviously we're going to be smitten to death?
Wait, what if we get? Yeah, well, that's okay. Let's get the giants here.
What was everybody else's perception checks, by the way?
10.
9.
9. Oh my god. Okay, so what are you guys paying attention to then? You're watching the squid tentacles floating in the sea foam.
I don't know. I assume that. I just,
What? Why did mine roll so many times? It's showing 10, 26.
Oh well, does that mean you can choose?
I think 36.
I love you, Tim.
Let's say the first one was 10. Let's
The
just
first
keep
one was 10. All right. Okay, so that's a big fail. What were you paying attention to? What were you thinking about?
Oh, scheming.
Scheme.
Like, so watching these people ride off and going, well, okay, then what are we going for here? What's the plan? And it feels refreshing to have my brain normal again.
I was about to say, Tim, can you make an insight check on yourself? I can't hear you.
7.
7. Oh dear. Okay. Well, you're not very introspective, unfortunately, Gimbal.
No, I'm all over the place. There's a lot going on.
Not feeling introspective.
I'm still kind of like reeling from turning around and finding out that she wasn't there anymore on the boat.
Right. Hank,
What, huh?
what was your perception check, Hank?
9.
Oh my god, you all failed, and Tricky Bob rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tricky Bob's looking in the distance, freaking out about something. You guys are not sure what she's freaking about, but she's talking about the Stormazin, so it must be that.
I'm pointing at a cloud and I'm saying, clearly it's them.
Yeah.
Oh shit! So they are
What
coming for us.
What
Yes!
a pretty boat.
And do you guys turn back to look for the boat at all, or do you just?
I
take a
will.
word for
Yeah,
it?
I'll be like, oh shit, where's
Oh,
the
it's our
boat?
boat, isn't it?
Our boat?
No,
Is
No,
it our
it's
boat?
no,
The airship.
That's our boat. The boat at the
No.
dock is our boat.
no. But I'm looking for the airship, right?
Yeah,
Alright.
we're
Yeah,
pointing
yeah.
at the sky.
I can't
Yeah,
see it. I don't where?
all
Right
right,
there.
let's have more perception checks, please, for the sake of
Right.
Standing around and
repetitious tedium.
Ooh, an 8.
9.
Oh my god.
Okay, 19.
Okay, after a moment, Josiah, you're like, that cloud looks a bit like a boat. And it's
Oh.
That's
not.
what I was
Does,
pointing at.
If I was a giant
Oh,
cleric
oh,
in
the
the
cloud
sky,
looks like
I
a boat,
would,
but it's a cloud.
No, hang on. If I was a giant cleric, I would want my space airboat to look like a cloud.
I can't fault that logic, Gimbal, but that looks like a cloud to me.
Especially if they're cloud giants, to be fair.
Mm.
And you
What
did talk
if-
about cloud giants turning into clouds.
Did.
You know.
All right, let's run.
Yeah, because I mean,
It's a cloud.
what
have
if
to
a
go.
cloud giant can ride a cloud?
Is there a cave nearby we can just hide in for a bit?
Who are you asking
We
this
dig
to?
underground.
All of us.
Right. None of you know this area worth a damn. You've been to the
Okay.
town, you've been to the castle. You've not been anywhere except for the castle and the town at this point. So
I can dig a hole.
Oh,
Let's all stop panicking.
dig a hole.
It's a cloud.
And all
I
dig
need
a
to
hole.
see an alchemist.
Huh?
I need to see an alchemist.
What
Is there
for?
an alchemist? I want to see if there is something I can get, some kind of liquid that would dissolve a squid.
They would have thought of it if
Okay,
that was
let's-
true.
Who would
Let's-
have?
The locals who hate the
Not if they wanted to
squid.
keep it
They
there.
probably love the squid.
No, they hate the squid. That's what the blind lady told me.
They're hopped up on squid juice.
I would like to turn to Parla and Ingwaz and ask where they're how to get to their tribe.
Our
Whatever they-
village is some way to the south in the hills beyond that mountain.
With a day's walk, with a ride, or what are we talking here?
Perhaps 3 days walking for you, little one.
Oh,
Would you happen to have any mammoths?
Not here.
Hmm.
Our
Ooh.
tribe do not keep mammoths. We live close to
Oh.
the sea.
Ah, right.
I mean, if we were to,
There
are they
is a
on the coast?
river. There is a river that will cut inland. You could take the boat that we have been traveling on.
Yes, let's
could do
take
that,
our
yeah.
boat.
Captain
That's good.
Slynn.
Are you happy
But-
to come with us still?
You will need to use your magic, little man, to power the boat up the river
Easy
against
peasy.
the current.
I'm pretty much the master of this thing now, so it's fine.
Hmm.
I hope that this boat will survive against the ice.
Yep.
That doesn't sound good.
Captain
well.
Slynn, are you on board with this?
I mean, you know, if we go slow enough, we encounter some ice. Maybe I can just sort of kneel down on the bow, and that's a nautical term for the front, by the way. Kneel down on the bow and touch it and turn it into liquid again with my shape water.
By the way, I wanted to give inspiration to Tricky a little while back too.
Yeah.
For Oh My Moradin.
I'll remember next time to say it first instead of correct myself.
Well, the fact that you did, I thought was very noble.
Oh man, I once did a great turn of phrase a couple of episodes back where I say I didn't know him from Annam, and I never got any recognition for that.
You know what?
Favoritism.
I'm going to give you inspiration for that too. That's brilliant.
I've just got one sitting there. I just don't know if I've ever used it.
Can you
What
tell
do
me
you-
that one again? What was it? Annam? You
I
don't know him
him
from Annam.
Annam.
Right, from
Yeah.
Annam, right.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's great.
That was a good one.
That's a sly one.
That's
All right.
Yeah.
Captain Slynn, would you mind if we co-opted your boat for a day or two more?
It's our boat.
Is it our boat? Oh, it is our boat.
It's our boat. Yeah, we're just
Yeah.
borrowing. They're just coming with us.
Sorry,
The captain was on loan.
it's been a weird couple
He's our
days for all
captain.
Josiah.
Oh no, he's our captain. She's our
Yeah.
captain. She's our captain.
She's your captain.
Why did I think it wasn't our boat? It's so weird.
Because we got it as a gift.
My mind
Yeah.
is feels like bits of wet cake are dripping off it.
Yucky.
Mm.
Ew, wet cake.
Yeah.
Wet cake.
Only way to describe it.
I don't know how to bake. Sorry, no, we're getting off topic.
All right. Dun dun dun.
Mhm.
So what are you guys planning to do then? You get on the boat then?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Wojcik doesn't seem like he cares.
Can you make a perception check, everybody, please?
Mhm.
Ooh, 15.
Dicks.
14.
Oh, my dice is rolling at like a frame every 5 seconds.
Do it on your phone.
It's, I like that it's still loading on ours as well, so that it's in real time. You're really slow rolling dice.
Yeah.
yeah. Yay!
7.
7. Okay, that's terrible.
Mm.
All right, so Gimbal,
6.
6. Hank,
15.
nice. Tricky.
I think I was 14.
Okay, so Tricky. Josiah.
7.
Okay, so Tricky Bob and Hank, whilst you are talking and looking around, you see a cart, a wagon being dragged down through the icy mud from one of the upper roads of the township. It's being dragged down with what looks like prisoners in the back of it, under some raggedy tarps, if you like, covering the top of the wagon. They're sealed in like as if they have bars around them, and this rickety thing is going down the hill through the mud. And there's a on the front of the wagon, there are 3 figures. One is the driver of the wagon. One looks like an old maidly woman, perhaps a wizened woman with a robe. She's a bit bent and crooked in her age. And the other one appears to be something else. Possibly, he looks like he's wearing robes. Anyone, Hank, you can make an investigation check.
I will be glad to make an investigation check. Oh, 8.
8. 8. Okay. Tricky.
I have a pretty good investigation too, so that's really
That is a bit sad.
embarrassing.
Okay, but in any case, you notice these ones coming down, and they're heading for the what do I call this? I'm going to call it the mining camp. You know what I mean by the mining camp? That's
the sliming camp.
The sliming camp. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Good enough.
The squiddly one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, very descriptive. Thank you, Tim. The sliming camp, yeah, and so they take these prisoners down into the sliming camp behind closed rags of cloth and leather and things that are holding up the edges of this place. The more that you look at this place, Hank, you can make another investigation check.
Natural 1
Natural 1.
for a total of 6.
This place is amazingly unguarded. There's no defenses at all. There's like nobody's watching. Anyone could just walk in there at any time.
So I'm going to turn around and say to the guys, hey, I reckon they're using prisoner labor and they're not guarding their entrance to get down there. Like, have a look.
And you want to free the prisoners?
Well, no, but we could get in there and poke around, right? If they're not guarding it, like, what's to stop us?
Well, I love this plan. Let's do it. I had a similar thing. With the wizards once. It went really well. They're pretty forgiving.
Can I make a wisdom saving throw to maybe see if that triggers some sort of wisdom in Hank Russell? Like maybe I'm like, ooh,
yeah, I think
I've seen this behavior before.
That's a fair call, Hank. You know,
Yeah.
I'm prepared to let you do that.
All right. Okay. So I'm gonna make a wisdom saving throw. I'll let you decide the DC. I'll just roll the number and tell you what it is.
All right. Well, the fact that you're having to make a saving throw means that I think that DC should be at least 14.
Oh, that's a 3. So
Okay, so this is a great plan. So
I'm like, yeah, Gimbal, let's like, I'm like, we're building on each other. We're like, yeah, this is a great plan. Gimbal's like, yeah, this is great. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Josiah and Tricky Bob, are you listening to this conversation? Are you paying attention to what they're saying to each other?
What do you want to do when we're down there?
Free the prisoners, chuck them on our boat.
Josiah
That's not a bad idea.
And then
can you two, Josiah and Tricky Bob, also make perception checks, please?
Another nat 1.
Okay.
I got a nat 20. I got
really
a nat 20.
You got a nat 20.
I'm really
exactly.
shaken up by the Stormazin thing and the giant disappearing, so I'm not really
Right.
paying much attention to anything else.
I mean, you definitely you give a cursory glance in the direction of the slime village, and there's no guards. No, there's obviously nothing guarding this place. You could just walk in there. It's pretty clear that these guys are right. Josiah, you're looking around and you're like, what are you fucking talking about? There's hawks flying around. There's animals guarding this place. There's markings. There's literally freaking painted runes on the side of tents. There's clearly some sort of magic going on at the very least, as far as guarding this place is concerned. It's and you've this feeling that you've seen these mages turn invisible.
Invisibility.
Right? I mean, do you remember fighting the mage and he turned invisible? And then flew?
Oh, yes.
And summoned monsters, fucking demons out of right?
I think what the party is too preoccupied with is the idea of traditional like guarding, like warriors and armor and stuff like that. But Hank, if you look up and like grab his head and force it upwards, you see like 7 eagles circling around.
Yep.
Do they look familiar at all? Like, remember the eagle that later I triggered the alarm with inside Vengate?
Eagles. I mean,
And then
You know,
Gimbal,
they might be ospreys.
you recognize those robes at all?
Oh, I had a pair like those once. They were beautiful and
Mm.
fits so well.
Yes.
The other thing that you notice is desire is the second cart comes down the hill, and now you're looking at it, you can see children inside it too, raggedy-looking children.
Oh, that is disheartening.
And you realize in that moment too, Desire, that the man driving that cart, wearing black robes, he's not a wizard of the Barrack Isle, but he probably is a wizard.
Black robes.
Did we?
It's a new one.
Quickly out again. Did we get it like during our sailing back to here from the island? Did we get a long rest in, or was it a very stressful journey?
It was stressful, wasn't it? It was very hectic.
Depends how long they're following us.
Well, I think
how long was it?
if you took turns, you could have gotten a long rest in.
Okay, because I mean, it's a few days travel as well, so we would have to sleep, or else we'd be fucked.
We'd be exhausted. We'd have like levels of exhaustion, I'd say.
Yeah, no.
Which could be fun as well.
No, long rest.
Would you like exhaustion or long?
Yeah, I'd like
go
none
with-
of my spell slots, half my health, and several levels of exhaustion.
Why don't we say that we're exhausted right now? Because it did sound like it was hectic. And
I'll
why
have
don't
what he's having.
and then why don't we use this to maybe think about, before we go and do anything hectic, maybe we could reconvene and plan out what we're about to do next.
Okay, look, wait.
I think we're all in a lot of, like, the emotions are running high. Tricky Bob thinks we're fugitive. Gimbal's got stuff leaking out of his nose.
Hey, most of it's gone.
I can't remember
Just snot now.
bits of things. Yeah.
And to be fair, in the equation of what you think of Unglamor, she did free Gimbal of his.
It's true.
Wait a second. What if she lied? What if
There's
she
a distinct
what if she just
possibility.
activated my mucus glands and I just started shooting out snot?
You know what?
For sure, that was not snot that came out of your face.
Okay.
Also,
What if that was half my brain?
you have been acting
wriggling
a lot more
around.
gimbly.
You would have felt pretty violated to seeing whatever that thing was crawling around on the floor, knowing that it had come out of your brain.
But I also saw the whole eye thing with her eyes opening when they weren't really. So all could be an illusion, all could be a lie. She could be a horrible thing, and I could still have a brain worm.
That
She's
is
daughter of a
actually all
trickster.
true. That is all true.
Mm.
Good, I'm on
absolutely.
edge now.
Yeah.
Gimbal, you do seem to be more gimbly though. Now it's more animated, more impulsive.
If we stay here to rest, then we have to go see that guy. Otherwise, he'll come after us and look for us in the nearby inn, and then we'll get pulled over there anyway.
No, let's just take the boat.
on the
And
horizon.
rest on the boat.
On the
Sorry.
northern horizon, along the edge of the ocean to the north, you can see a front of cloud rising and coming in. And then deep in that front of cloud, electricity, lightning.
I turn to the others.
I
Don't tell
say-
Tricky. Don't tell Tricky.
I say we take a nice riverboat cruise, find a little spot inland which is more secluded, and have a little rest, and then carry on up towards the Goliath. We are heading towards the Goliath, right?
That would be
That's
the
what we
case.
decided we were going to do.
Are we responsible if that, and I point at the clouds, destroys this town?
Nah.
Well,
And if we were, yeah.
it
But-
would kind of be what we want, aside from the people.
Yeah, I
You're
mean,
all rather evil now, which is.
well, no, we could help. We let's look at this.
If we
can
help,
use this
then we
to
have
our
to stay
advantage.
here.
We can
If
use
we
this to our
leave-
advantage. I think we can.
We say,
go on-
well, we say, by the way, there's a fucking cloud of
No.
giants about to come here and destroy you, and we can help.
no, hang about.
Hooray!
If we stay our course, we go and talk to the Goliath. Maybe the Goliath, seeing that we're all awesome and cool, can
That's true.
take some refugees in the form of innocent farmers and laborers until the storm passes over.
Okay. Well, we should
And
go.
get rid of all the shitty ones. And
Just, Josiah, can you sneak into the castle and get the maid out? And because at least we take the nice lady with us.
I don't think we need to.
collateral damage, man.
We don't know what's gonna happen.
Oh, this is terrible. Okay. Okay, fine.
I don't think good giants are going to come down and destroy everything. If anything, they're looking for us, right?
Yeah.
Or they're looking for Unglamor. I don't think they're going to come down and wreak havoc.
He's back. All right, let's get on that boat.
Yeah.
All right. So you get on the boat. Tricky Bob, I don't know whether you heard the last 5 minutes of session. Then you should know that there is a storm front coming from the north, that a huge front of cloud that has risen up over the sea and is slowly coming towards Vanderhold, pouring along. And amongst that, you can see lightning deep within the storm front.
Suspicious. Okay, so what are we doing?
They're running away.
We're going to go
Bravely.
upstream and go upriver and see the Goliath.
Okay,
All right.
makes sense. I'm on board with that.
Lovely.
As you get to the first round, the first head, I suppose, of land, and begin to turn around that, out of view of Vanderhold, I'll have you make perception checks.
Oh, my rolls have been pretty hot today.
8 from Hank.
Oh, nat 20.
That's
All
good.
right.
A nat 20, okay.
A third nat 1 on my perception.
Oh.
The third nat 1, and he's just rolled a nat 20. Okay, well, with your nat 1, do you
Really
think,
tired.
I think the boat's sinking right now, Tricky.
Oh shit.
That's you're sure the boat is sinking. You can feel it sinking. It's the way it's rocking like that. It must be sinking. It's something going on with the boat.
Do we have lifeboats?
No, that's ridiculous.
I don't know. Maybe, do we have a life raft?
No,
A spare dinghy somewhere?
no.
Or a
Yeah,
lifeboat?
Yeah, so doesn't one of you have like water breathing or something?
Gimbal?
No.
I think Gimbal wants water breathing
I want
desperately,
water
and we don't know
breathing.
why.
Oh,
I
it's
just
super
really,
expensive for some reason.
just seems really useful. There's a
Mm.
spell I can get when I can get my 3rd level spell slots. So
Well,
that. Cool.
Gimbal, you rolled a natural 20.
I did.
Right. Now, through the storm front in the distance, you can see the actual shape of an actual ship flying among the clouds, backlit by the lightning.
Maybe we should just beat them.
I'm going to keep this information to myself.
I got a 19.
Yeah, you can see it too.
Yeah.
With your 19. All right. Yeah. Gimbal, the one thing I think that you can tell with your natural 20 is that it's making a beeline for Vanderhold.
For Vanderhold.
Yeah, where you just left.
Right. So so they're not even there yet.
No. No.
Oh, okay.
They're coming over the horizon.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Maybe
so
we should
they're
go
heading.
back.
Well,
They might be 10 miles away. At this
okay. Well,
It might be better if we meet them rather than.
You can see them with your elf eyes.
Tricky Bob, can you go investigate, check the boat so in ship shape for us? I need to check on something quickly with Hank.
Check what? We're sinking.
Go check where the hole is.
Tricky's
What?
like
Go find the holes.
just
Go
bailing
find the
water
hole.
out. Actually,
Yes.
that might be the fact is that there's so much water in the boat. You know, it's not actually sinking. It's just this fucking stormy sea. You know, you get water in the boat.
I'm with the bucket scooping
but-
it out.
Tricky Bob just doesn't get that idea.
Feverishly.
that
No.
You've got to get the water out of the boat.
I'm sleep deprived.
I'll say,
Right.
I'll turn to the others and say, if they're heading directly to Vanderhold, that means they don't know that we freed Unglamor yet, which means they didn't take Unglamor, which just means Unglamor fucked off.
Well, it doesn't necessarily. They know Unglamor is free, but
But does
I
that mean
think
she's out in the ocean stuck still?
no.
Or is she on the boat? Is she still on the? Did she just?
She could be here with us. She could be invisible. I'm sure that's within her remit of powers.
Are there any like
Unglamor?
Can I do a
unusually
head
magic
count?
cats or something?
Can we do a head count of everyone on board?
Yes.
Maybe she's disguised. And we
Are
just
there any
just-
animals? Rats?
There are several rats.
Good. I'm gonna send me and my bird are going to run around the boat trying to collect. Well, are we on the boat now? Are we saying we're on the boat and starting now?
we're up
travel?
river.
You're
Okay.
traveling around the head of the
Good.
river into the delta of the river right now.
Lovely. I'm going to hunt every single living small animal on board.
Okay.
Devote all of my ranger efforts Hunting rats.
All right, so you're killing everything that moves.
Not killing,
Killing, just
gathering and putting in a sack.
Okay. Okay. Good. You didn't accidentally
Not
kill
killing.
Unglamor then. Whew, that was close. Nearly committed a celestial sin against Annam.
Yeah, no.
That wouldn't-
Instead, I'm putting her in a sack with a bunch of rats.
Right. Okay, so you've now got a sack with about. Can you roll 2d4, please? That's how many rats you've caught.
Oh, I'm good. 6 rats.
Wow.
Ooh, not bad.
That's a lot of rats on this fucking boat, actually. It's a bit
Yeah, man.
unsavory. Somebody's letting them on.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So what I'll do, well, yeah, if I've got time, what I'll do is I'll go to the back of the boat, and I'll try to grab each of the rats by their tail and say, "Are you Unglamor?" And if there's no response from it, I'll drop it off board.
Okay. 6 rats later.
Nothing. Okay then. Look, all right. Has anyone seen any cats?
No cats. There's,
All
there's a couple of birds. They look like seabirds. Anybody who wants to make a nature check can perhaps try and tell if they're suspicious or not.
13.
I'm busy
Little
scooping
nature
water
check.
out.
4. Fucking hell. I
Plus
was
me, I'm
terrible today.
13. I devoted most of my time to the rats, so that's
Yeah.
what I've been doing for a while.
Yeah.
Boop.
Josiah.
I'm just dealing with a very slow running page. 1 second.
So we agreed we did not have a long rest, right?
You did not have a long rest.
I got a 14 investigating the birds.
Josiah, you're not 100% sure, but amongst the birds, one of them might be a hawk. It's certainly hanging back, but closer to the shoreline. It seems to be following. You feel like it seems to be following the boat around the shoreline. It's keeping a long distance watch just on the boat, not on you guys personally so much as the boat.
Right. Does it look like a wizard's familiar? Like the ones we've seen?
You've
Can't
not.
can't
It's
tell.
too far away. It's just this is the edge of your perception, and this is like the niggling
Okay.
most possible potential thing.
I think it would be remiss of us to allow the giants to approach Vanderhold without us, I guess, fronting up. I don't know about you guys.
I agree with that, to be honest.
Vanderhold's back on that island. It's that one with the where we freed Unglamor. There's nothing out there.
No, that's Fractos.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Vanderhold is this.
Why
this
isn't
Vanderhold
skipping
is-
Squidland?
It's a good name for it.
Yeah.
It's Squidland. I agree with you, actually, Josiah. I think that we should be the ones to greet the Stormazin rather than the Vanderholdians. You know,
I mean, maybe
I think it would be
it's-
better if we did.
For who?
For everyone.
If
I mean,
we
why would there be a trial to?
if we're not there, then they can discuss it calmly with the leaders, and the leaders can not even feign ignorance. They can be ignorant of what we've done.
Would you rather the Stormazin potentially being influenced by the Vanderholdians or the Barakyle, or would you rather they heard our side of the story?
But then again,
I
what
just
if,
don't
what
want
if
to
they?
talk to them.
What if they? Oh,
They locked up Unglamor for forever.
yeah, they
I'm
don't
sure
seem.
they're just off
Yeah.
us.
But she's the daughter of their main enemy. I feel like they probably won't care as much about us, even if we did free her. We say, hey, look, we're doing this noble purpose for the good of our realm, and this was in aid of that.
Oh God, no, lordies.
We plead
Lords.
our case. I say we plead our case.
Right, all right, I agree. I'm gonna stay in a camp outside of town,
Oh yeah, it might be wise actually.
and you do that. Isn't Vanderhold quite a distance anyway?
Someone on the outside in case we all get captured.
And we're up a river right now, so that means we have to go back out the river
What if we stay
and
in,
take the long way around.
Well, what if we stay in a camp just outside of town and we observe to see what the Stormazin do?
Okay.
Well, no,
Why don't we wait before we jump to any conclusions? Let's just see how they react, and then we play our hands.
Vanderhold is like a week away, isn't it?
No.
No.
You just left Vanderhold 2 seconds ago.
Oh, that is Vanderhold. Oh no,
Yes.
no, I'm fine with letting him.
You're thinking of Ankhorn.
Ankhorn. Yes. Okay. So no. Okay. Well, so it is going to Squidland. Vanderhold is Squidland.
Yes.
Yeah.
So all right. So then, but this is what I brought this up with you before.
Why don't we let Russell say what he wants to desperately say?
Yes.
Okay.
I just want to paint more of a picture in that you are currently like it's a delta to a river
Yeah.
with cliffs on the sides that are fjords. Basically, you're looking at fjords.
Okay.
Massive high ice cliffs on both sides of this delta. There's fragments of icebergs floating around the edges of the river and some in the middle that you have to navigate between them. Huge, tall, icy, shiny structures. And
We'd be moving pretty slowly then.
yeah,
Not with your bloody staff.
well, you're rowing.
Short bursts.
Oh, you
maybe.
need-
Haven't used it yet.
Yeah, right. At the moment, they're rowing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we just had this whole discussion before we left about if we're okay with the Stormazin destroying that town, and you said the words collateral damage.
Who said that?
Hank
did.
did.
I was kidding.
And you were on board with them too, Josiah. You were both pretty terrible.
I'm not.
But now you want to go back?
I guess faced with the idea of it impending, but maybe I changed my mind.
Hank sounds like
Yeah.
he just wants to
I
cover
thought-
our own tracks by getting to the person saying don't listen to them.
Well, pretty much.
Yeah.
I'd like to be able to be the first to speak with the Stormazin. I think that the first people to speak to the Stormazin are probably going to have an advantage over anyone who comes afterwards. I'd like us to have that advantage in negotiations. I think, man, the cat's out of the bag. Stormazin are real and they have flying ships. This is probably a
Well-
world-shaking event, and we want to be on the precipice of it. I reckon.
Let's think of it.
Perception alertness. Perception checks, please.
Fucking finally, 20, flaccid.
Blasted 20 as well.
21.
Do I
21.
get disadvantage because I'm still scooping up water?
You can choose, up to you. It's
You have to
Okay,
cut- no,
it
'cause you have
seems
to cut-
realistic.
You have to come above the ship on the top floor to get it out anyway.
Oh, so I'm not even doing one. Okay, never mind.
Well, you could be carrying the water up through
Yeah.
up the stairs onto the deck, and
Yeah.
you look
Mm,
up.
that's what I'm
and
saying,
make
yeah.
a perception
Oh,
check.
okay.
You
Well,
would, yeah.
I got a 9 with
Okay.
disadvantage.
In which
Or
case, yeah, you don't notice anything. Sadly, you are scooping up water as you predicted. Should have just gone along with that. Everybody else looks up as a huge flying ship flies overhead. Its shadow cast across your whole boat and the area around your boat, and you see it turning, and it goes out of sight past the other side of one of these huge glass-like structures. You kind of see a twisted form of it through the ice for a moment before that refracts into other light.
Where does it look like it's heading?
Rumbled.
Well, it looks like it was turning around as it went over you.
We need to pull over.
I think we've been rumbled.
We need to dock. We need to get to the shore.
You can hear
Yeah.
drums coming from the boat.
Ah,
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I'm still tired and I can't cast, and I don't have fog cloud anymore. I forgot it.
Can I have insight checks, please?
Okay.
From
ooh,
everyone
nice.
who noticed.
Yeah, from anybody that's near the Goliath on your boat.
19.
13.
The Goliath are both trembling.
Mm-hmm. They get it. I mean, this is bad. This is
They-
bad. I think we all agree this is bad.
The Goliath look at each other and they do some kind of rite between them, and they use blood that they cut from their chest and they smear blood on each other and some sort of tribal ritual, and they stop trembling and they overcome their fear.
Josiah, come here. Cut yourself and throw your blood on my face.
You get AIDS.
I don't have AIDS.
How do you know?
Ugh, that's not very nice.
Mm.
Sorry.
Look, Josiah is a street urchin. Okay, he's seen all kinds of stuff. He's done all kinds of stuff.
He doesn't
You
do
know where that
intravenous
blood's been.
drugs or have promiscuous. I don't know.
Bottom loving.
Well, that's not just bottom loving.
Is it?
That's
Oh,
an
no, I suppose
that's
it's
an outdated thought process.
Josiah
You're
knows
right.
an awful
You're
lot
right.
about
Sorry,
this.
sorry, guys.
It's homophobic propaganda.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
right.
true. That is.
Let's. Are we docking or what? Are we going to try to? Are we going to try to get the boat to shore, or do we want to try to do this on the boat?
I think we should go to shore.
Is there,
right,
Russ? If I
let's go to
look
shore.
around, is there anywhere along the shore that looks like
There is a
advantageous?
there is a big flat ice step that comes down from the left, and looking up above now, you can see a few ice caves that look like they're a bit precarious. They might collapse, but there's big flat steps that go up. You might have to do a bit of athletics to climb up them if you wanted to, but there's a flat area here that you could basically just rock up to with the boat and possibly pull it up onto the shoreline a little bit, onto the edge of the ice.
Okay. Well, I don't want to look around. I don't want a flat area because then we'll just get hit with a lightning bolt. All right, maybe we stay on the boat.
What?
Let's
Why
stay
would
on
we
the
get
boat.
hit with a lightning bolt?
Look at! I point up at the clouds and all the
Yeah.
thunder.
But who says they're going to throw a lightning bolt at us?
They might.
Boom.
Okay, who's talking to him?
The giant boat
Tricky.
comes back around the corner on the other side of.
You speak giant.
What? Why don't you speak giant?
It's still turning now, slowly, like a behemoth.
All right.
Oh,
Let's just bring the boat up. Let's decamp.
Yep.
Mm.
It's spiraling downwards as it turns.
Right. Let's pull up and disembark
And
and
wait.
wait for them. Yep.
Yeah.
As you're
Let's talk to
disembarking and you're looking up, and this giant ship is lowering down next to you guys now.
I honestly think that if they were going to chuck a lightning bolt, they would have done it already.
There
Right?
is there is electricity flickering around the mast and parts of the boat at times.
Yeah.
And there is a sort of steam just coming off it.
Do you think they know it was us?
There is light
Yes.
Probably.
coming from the deck of the ship as it lowers down to your height, and you can see standing gleaming in armor, there is this giant woman with feathered wings on her helmet, basically a bit like a Valkyrie.
Is her helmet covered?
Her helmet is partly covered. You can see most
Right.
of her face, but she's got like cheek plates that come down to the sides.
She have one of those the thing of
oh.
like the hiding the smiles thing.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Yeah, you're actually right. You're right. I gave you that stuff. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she does. Excellent point. And so she comes to the edge of the boat, and as the boat comes down, they throw down this massive gangplank that she begins to walk down, and you see around her she's like glistening in light. It reminds you a little bit of like when Tricky Bob uses her spirit guardians kind of form, and she walks down towards you, and she stops.
She
before you.
a giant, like a giant form or people form. Oh, she probably can't go people form.
She is in
Yeah,
giant- she
she's
is in
not a
giant
god.
form. She is
Yeah.
in giant form, yeah. And she comes up before you, and then she begins to kneel down on one knee.
Should we
She's-
bow? I'm gonna bow. I bow.
I probably bow too. I think this is. I probably see Gimbal bowing and be like, "Oh, is that what we should do?" All right.
She has long blue robes hanging around her, over her gleaming armor. And she bends down somewhat, and you think it's probably mostly for the sake of communication.
Getting close.
Yeah.
Without having a shout.
You know, I mean, these are some proportions.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Um,
Cool. Coolsies.
So she bends down in front of you and she says, I am Skald Ilzudaen. I am the Jailor of Unglamor.
Would I know if Skald is Skald a title, or is her first name Skald?
It's a title.
All right, so it's Ilzudaen. Okay. Nice to meet you, Your Honor. I'm Gimbal Moonbrook.
Is she? What language is she speaking?
She's speaking common to you.
Mm.
And these are my companions, Hank Elm, Josiah Southwell, and Tricky Bob Stoneheart. And we have a few Goliath as well, who are less important.
We're the A team.
They are only They are only doing as told and should not be blamed
They're
for
us.
any of our actions.
That's true. Yes, we speak for ourselves, and those people are just they're just accompanying us.
I have questions for you. My first is that you have chosen to set Unglamor free. What
Yes.
were your
Yep.
reasons for this?
We
Many reasons, really.
Do we wait for Tricky Bob to come
she's
back?
coming
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
now.
Let's wait
Yeah.
for Tricky. Yeah.
Excuse me. She asked you guys, what were your reasons for setting Unglamor free?
We believe upon interviewing Unglamor that she is repentant for her crimes. We also believe that 20,000 plus years is enough. What's the word I'm looking for here?
Penance?
Penance. Yeah.
But also she did we also struck a bargain with her that she would help us remove a plague on our lands in exchange for her freedom.
A noble quest.
But
Let's remind them.
she's since upon freeing, she simply turned and seemingly fled from us.
I see.
We had noble intentions.
Well, we don't necessarily believe she's absconded. We just think that she.
Josiah is in denial. He doesn't know
giant-
how it feels to be hurt like this.
The giant raises a hand for a moment in front of her, and she says one. No, she doesn't say anything. She casts a spell, and little streamers of light come descending like streaks through the air around you. Tiny little flecks of globes of tiny bits of white light in this kind of a zone. The zone of truth, in fact.
Hey.
Josiah's really good at these.
So we'll have wisdom saving throws for zone of truth.
I'm not intending on fibbing
I
anyway.
have
Yeah.
it. Let's see.
Ooh, 18.
8.
It's charisma.
How's it,
Oh,
charisma?
it's cool.
Damn it.
Okay.
Wisdom saving throws. Thank you.
10. We.
Okay, well,
I mean, I got a 6, so
Ooh.
Oh, I rolled the exact same. Nice. Well, with a -1 now. 16.
16. All right. And
I
Tricky
got-
Bob, you have the spell, I take it.
18. Yes, I do have a spell.
Excellent. So I can look it up on your character sheet. Mwahaha.
Although I imagine her might be higher level than mine.
Yeah. Okay, so 10, 15 foot radius sphere. Well, I'm going to upgrade that to 30. No, you know what? 60 feet because she's giant. Until the spell ends, creature that enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn starts and it must make a charisma fail save. Can't speak a deliberate lie. You know whether each creature succeeds or fails, so she knows who can tell the truth and who can lie.
Oh.
Affected creature is
Well.
aware of the spell and thus can avoid answering questions. So you are aware of this spell, and that's why it was obviously a spell too.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. She says, so it is your belief that she is penitent
Yes.
What's the DC for
for
Did I
success?
Did I part?
yeah, did we pass?
Success will be
I definitely didn't.
15 will be the
Okay.
15. Oh,
Yeah,
You
we
can
passed.
also choose to willingly fail, I think, on this one as well.
Yeah.
you can choose to willingly fail as well.
No, I like my freedom.
Right.
Well, I say that was we originally believed that. I am less so now as she's not fulfilled her bargain, which we didn't think was that ridiculous, given she was a demigod. It would have been quite easy for her.
she fulfilled part of her bargain.
I don't
yeah.
think that she's not going to fulfill her bargain. I still believe she intends to honor it.
It remains to be seen, but it's
What
not
was
like
the bargain that you struck with her?
To remove the
To-
dead giant squid that's
Well,
yeah.
She mentioned that she would do 3 great deeds for us.
And what
one of
were
which
the deeds that
she has completed.
So she has 2 deeds left
Yes.
that she is compelled to perform
Well,
Correct.
by honor.
Well, honor bound.
oh yes, on about yes, not specifically. I mean, if she was She doesn't have to.
Nice.
And the reason
Alright.
I trust her is that she honored
The
her,
first.
well, that and she showed a lot of, I guess, familial honor in what she did and regretted doing for her father.
I see.
She also mentioned that she swore an oath on her honor never to return to her father. She did say that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's good too.
Mm.
So, no
That
harm,
was
no
an-
foul.
But she swore that to the Stormazin, not to us.
That is true.
So
She
yes,
has
we-
made that oath, but
we
she
have-
could break it.
She could. These are the we did what we thought was the best thing to do.
I would like to mention that the second deed that she would perform for us, the removing of this squid, would be of great benefit to the realms that currently live on Sidariel.
Yes, I am sure of this, but
Oh.
our kind are banned from this realm, largely. We cannot.
And by whom?
There is a treaty in place. It is none of your concern, mortal.
Well, if you're gonna punish us, don't punish Tricky Bob. She really didn't want to do all of it anyway.
Yeah, Tricky didn't want to do this.
I am not here to punish you. Instead, I intend to reward you.
Huh?
What? Thank you. That'd be great. But what for?
She kneels down in front of you, and she has this massive lamp hanging in one hand, and she places it down, and as she does, she whispers some words, and it begins to shrink down to a mortal size.
Oh.
And it's a lamp.
Mm.
And I'm just gonna say, you're not Unglamor, are you? This isn't all a big trick.
If only I was,
Okay.
my life would be. She considers that.
Free. You'd be free.
Indeed. Indeed.
Is Unglamor a part of this treaty?
It is an interesting question that you ask, little one. She was
Thank
not present at its signing. It was made after she had been interred.
Does her freely roaming Sidariel break the terms of this treaty?
Don't think so.
Not unless she does something. What's the word I'm looking for? Not rain. We may make transit through this area, but we may not change things. We may not get involved in the power conflicts of this world.
I see.
That is a treaty that we made with the elves. With the
My
primal.
kind really suck. Sorry. Sorry, go on.
It was in return for their silencing of the evil dragons.
Right. So this lantern you're giving us, what's this deal?
I don't think she's given us a lantern. I thought she just used that to make herself small.
No, she
lantern
made
small.
Made the lantern
made the
small.
lantern small and gave
Oh.
it the lantern. Out of game, it will take me a few minutes to give you the exact details.
Of the lantern.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a magic lantern.
It is a magic lantern.
So we can infer that if Unglamor does remove the squid, she is meddling in the matters of this realm, so she
I don't
can't
think
do
so.
it.
She didn't
She's
sign
not,
that
she's
contract.
not bound by the treaty.
Ah,
I think she's free.
I thought she's free as long as she doesn't do anything here.
Basically.
Yeah.
So
As
she
long as-
can't do the squid.
I reckon she can do the squid.
She doesn't know about the contract. It's fine.
Yeah, she doesn't know about it.
And
But
she signed
doesn't
it,
mean we break the treaty if she does it.
but it was signed by elves, and
No,
Gimbal and
we're not
I
a
are
part of the
elves.
treaty
We're
either.
1.5 elves.
You're not an ambassador
we
of
can
the
speak,
elves.
We can speak for all elves, and I can speak for all humans.
I can speak for all humans, thank you.
That checks out.
I feel like we've got some legal issues on the horizon.
Maybe we can do that.
Possibly,
We can deal with those
possibly.
later.
I'm a
We're the
lawyer.
Frostmoor Crows.
So out of game, the base of this lantern is a lantern of revealing. But you may assume, or you may figure later, that it has some other tricks up its sleeve which need to be discovered. Because it is, after all, a gift from the Stormazin. So,
Well, this is very, very nice. Why are you giving it to us?
you will need
Yeah.
it for your quest ahead.
We have a quest.
Are you
Is this the
giving
quest
us some direction, or do you know something that we don't?
I will find you again. You will know more of the locale of Unglamor.
Oh.
If you do not, then we will keep searching.
Okay.
Good. Well, I did want to hunt her after all that, so I'm quite happy with this.
Where do the giants live now?
Astoria is in many realms, but there are cities to the south of this world. Gargophias, Malkunafat, 2 of them.
I thought the giants were all extinct, but I guess what do I know, right?
We are far from extinct. We have simply made a treaty to reduce our numbers in this world.
Can you tell me which elves it was that you made the treaty with?
Yes, Ivariel, the Arch-Lich.
Treaty with.
Did you just say Arch-Lich?
The bad one.
You made a
say-
treaty with an Arch-Lich.
Out of
Yes,
game.
The equivalent of Hitler in this
Oh,
world.
that guy.
Let's wait.
Sorry, Russ.
Let's get some history checks, please.
History checks.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, not great. 12 from Hank.
Hank, yeah.
16.
5.
Okay, Josiah, you think he's Hitler?
Yeah.
14.
He's just a bad guy. That's all I remember.
Okay, so it's more complicated than that. He did form a Lich empire that took over half the world, and then he
It's
used
pretty
it.
bad.
He used it to create a peace between the dragons and the giants and the elves, and then he gave himself up to the Queen of the Elves. Apparently, according to story, the reason was because he saw the love that the Elf Queen had between her and a silver dragon, and it affected him, and thus he gave up these armies and handed himself over and was placed in the Sufferance. In the Sufferance, according to the stories, he wrote a bunch of prophecies about Parkard and the end of the world and the end of the Second Age, and they came true. And he immolated himself, destroying himself on his island in the Sufferance before Parkard struck.
Wow.
The ultimate renegade. Okay. Well, all right. I like him then. That sounds pretty great.
Yeah, I'm not sure what my opinion on him is.
He did the right thing, well, the wrong things, but for the right reasons.
Well,
for the right
no,
things by wrong methods.
He had good intentions, but he did it in the wrong way. So I think ultimately I'll probably be against it. It's kind of like chaotic good sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
But
I'd
so
say
he struck
more
the deal
neutral.
then, okay.
You know,
There's a rule of debates in Sidario that the longer any debate goes on, the more probable that someone will reference the Arch-Lich.
Are you
As a comparison.
fishing for inspiration?
No, it's just it seems like it would be the case, right?
Yeah, it makes sense, right? And you can't talk about money before an Anim strike comes up.
Well, thank you for your understanding and your gift.
I have one more question.
Yes.
If we do find Unglamor, will you know? Do you want us to convince her to meet with you, or is your aim to re-imprison her, or?
You have come and made the choice. You have acted as her
Parole board, I believe.
Out of game, yeah. Essentially, what's the word? The jury. You've acted
Adjudicator.
As the
You've acted as her jury.
Right.
Your decision stands now. The pin was pulled. She is free.
Mm.
That is the end of her punishment. Now she must be given a chance.
I like that. Okay.
Okay.
So if we find Unglamor, we're free to deal with her as we see fit.
As you will, but know that the Stormazin are not fools, and we will keep an eye out for her, and you, we should like to think, will help us in that.
Of course.
Sure.
it's
Okay.
our responsibility.
Consider it part of her parole, if you wish.
Good.
It's got to be a better word than parole, but yeah.
I've got to
Upkeep.
be honest. We were pretty terrified of what your intentions were when we first saw your flying ship. How does this thing fly?
Ancient magic. Ancient magic.
Don't talk to Josiah. You're not gonna get it, Josiah. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
get it. We can move on.
Yeah.
She begins to stand then.
Mhm.
Then we have come to an agreement.
We have. Oh, you can't interfere. How do we get rid of a giant squid?
That is not our concern.
Damn.
Let's
Okay.
try, Gimbal.
It was
Well,
worth a try.
Actually, well, we've still got you. One last thing, since you are very ancient. Do you know what that thing is?
We call it a star beast.
Starbeast.
From the sky.
From the
But the
deep,
sh-
from the deep astral.
How
Could
did it
the-
get here?
Could the giant shark eat it?
You must understand that this place is a demi-plane. We have words for it in our tongue, but you will not know them. This demi-plane, its edges overlap with the astral sea.
Mm.
Traveling far enough from here, you may find yourself anywhere, and without a ship like this to navigate by. Oh, by the way, at that point you notice that in her other hand, not the hand with the lantern, she's holding a massive crystal ball. Not unlike the one that Gimbal used to scry with.
Can we
Which
surmise
is-
that that's how she found us?
You can surmise that is how she found you.
Okay. Well,
Peace be with you. Live long and prosper.
As with you, small folk,
Mhm.
as with you. May Stronmouse be united again one day. She steps up onto the ramp and begins to walk away.
Who has the lantern?
I do.
It's sitting in front of you. One of you, Hank, picks it up. All right.
Yeah, Hank picks it up.
All right. Very good. Hank.
He's looking at it with magpie eyes.
I think you should. I think Hank should. Hank, you should keep that. You can't see in the dark, so it's more useful for you anyway.
As you pick it up, Hank, you get this little buzz of electricity that wraps up your arm and around you for a second.
All right. Cool. Whew. Trinket. Excellent. I'm going to study this when I can.
All right. I mean, yeah, okay. So now you're standing on this elf shice, a shelf of ice, and the Stormazin ship begins to ascend and reel off and rolls around and turns, and then after about 10 minutes, it's gone.
Oh, I'll turn around and look at one of the Goliaths and pat him on the shoulder, and then walk back to the boat.
Yeah, I mean they must be shitting themselves, right? Like that
Hey.
whole thing.
I was sure we were going to get smushed.
I was sure too.
Wow.
It's nice. It's nice to not get smushed.
It was surprising, to be honest. Yeah.
Why were you so sure you're going to get smushed? What?
Oh, it seemed like
It was
we
the
did something-
drums that did it
I
for
thought
me.
they'd be pissed off.
Yeah.
You think
I
this,
thought
you thought this guy would send like
Yes.
challenge rating 14
Yes.
giants, lots
Maybe.
of them on a ship.
we did.
to come
Well,
and
you see,
smash your level 6
I,
character.
you could
Getting
throw us
inside
in
your
a
head.
prison.
Yeah, you also threw a level 10 thing our way, and then
Like it was too easy. Let's do it.
and then Josiah like dispatched it. So maybe you would like, yeah, let's just chuck some giants at them.
And
see
you've
what happens.
always held by like mind what you're doing, because you could you're playing with forces you don't understand.
That
Like
is
when
true.
Yeah,
when
that's right.
Gimbal
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That is
do we
true. Actions do have consequences, and the Stormazin are the consequences of certain actions.
Oh, sorry, off topic. Can you
They're the
have a
ones
look
with the
and
fridges.
see if you can access? I created that bow in Homebrew. I don't,
Oh,
and it's
while
shared
you're
in the
doing that.
community. I just called it Snake Bite.
Where did you drop
But I don't-
this?
It's you have to like go into the Homebrew collection, like go
Oh.
collections, and then
You
just
don't
go
have-
into like.
You don't have a link for it or anything.
I don't know how to get a link for it. Does anyone know how
Can
to
you
get a
pull
link?
out of the URL?
Hang on,
Maybe.
maybe. If I go like this, and go like that. Here
Yeah,
we
maybe.
go. All right, try this.
Try this. All right. Let's see what we got there. Snakebite. Okay. Medusa's kiss.
So all it does, what it does is there's no plus anything to it. It has 4 charges that refresh 1d4 refreshes a day, and I can expend a charge when I shoot to coat the arrow in a magic acid, and it deals an extra 2d4 for that
Okay.
shot if it
Sounds
hits.
right. Is it a plus anything to attack and?
I hadn't thought to give it a plus, but you can't actually give them pluses at this point. You have to like when I equip the item, I can then modify it to a +1
Oh, okay.
if that's what we want to do.
Okay. Yeah. Let's make it a +1.
Yes. Okay, but I don't know how you add it to the thing.
Right.
To
Well,
like our campaign.
we will. Okay. So how to add to collection? I can do it right now. There we go.
Oh, sick.
I've added it to the collection. Let's see. I better check that the campaign allows for homebrew content. Frostmoor Crows.
How did Sire and Hank? How did you make your weapons?
Yeah,
it
it should
was very
allow for
difficult.
homebrew.
It was.
It was quite an involved process. I did have to look at some tutorials.
Okay.
And then I just leaned on Phil.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
I made you do half of it for me, I think.
did you?
You talked me through it.
Oh, I don't
Also,
remember that, but I'm
the
glad I did.
Stormazin. I'm just gonna spell it in the chat. With my caps lock on. Yes.
Lovely. So, and now we can say that now we can anytime we come across a giant, we can say, yeah, we know Skald Ilzudaen.
Skald Ilzudaen.
Oh, the old Skald.
Better watch yourself, or we'll talk to our
Ilzudaen.
Skald.
Right.
She's the illest.
Of the Danes.
Yeah.
She's not Cinedane.
No, she's the illest Dane. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Tricky.
Let's have a sleep.
For a minute. Should we take 5 minutes while Tricky's away? And
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Can we take a long rest, like on that little area? Can we set up a camp there, or is it unstable?
You could
Why don't
set
we-
up a
why don't
camp
we-
there, and it is fairly stable.
All right.
The Goliath.
Let's do that.
The Goliaths show you a location where, in fact, they use the shelf for this exact purpose.
Lovely.
Fantastic.
Long rest.
Sweet.
Just
Right.
there's a little path you discover that goes up, looking down over the boat. So you can look down over the boat and keep an eye on things from above. Yeah. All right, and you set up a camp.
Yep, and we'll do our usual, rosters, watching, that kind of
Yep.
stuff.
Take a long rest.
Take a long rest. I'll be right back in a couple.
And then go make a cup of tea.
Tim's back.
Yo. How are you guys anyway?
We're good. How are you, my friend? How's Australia?
Oh, it's falling apart. But I'm good. It's been nice. Too much chocolate, way too much. It's just everywhere now.
Chocolate?
Easter.
Oh,
Yeah.
Still recovering from all chocolate in the fucking office and at home.
You got chocolate in the office?
Yeah, they came around and gave us all some. It was nice.
oh, that's lovely.
But
Yeah,
like
we
there's a
only got-
permanent.
You know what I haven't had at all this year is a Cadbury cream egg. Could really go for a Cadbury cream egg. They're fucking
They're not
revolting.
good. You'll
They
regret
are,
it.
they
You'll
are
regret
revolting.
it.
They're just all sugar on the inside.
It is. It's over. Like it doesn't have any flavor. It's just sweet.
It's just It's
yeah.
just.
You might as well just eat a teaspoon of sugar.
I
Maybe.
mean, it's
I
so
think it's more
unnerving.
than. I think
that
it's more than a
Tablespoon,
teaspoon.
yeah.
like, but it's so unnerving. Like you bite into it, and it's meant to look like an egg.
It
you know?
never
It's got
does.
the white. It's got the yellow.
It's not white.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
No, it's meant to. Like the advertisement, it's meant to look like an egg. It's meant to have a white
Oh.
syrup
Yeah.
and a gold yellow syrup, but instead, now it's just like
It's just like
Goo.
that. Yeah, the caramel goo. The
Yeah.
the
I'm getting
corn
a-
syrup.
I'm getting a Cadbury cream egg
Where are you gonna get it
you
from?
disgusting.
from a liquor store. I'm sure a liquor store will have it.
They're
Before we-
everywhere.
Before we stop by at Phil's, we'll get a Cadbury cream egg.
Oh yeah, Phil.
Yeah.
Did you want us to pick anything up? Because we've got staff cards that we need to spend. So if you want us to like bring some stuff over,
Also, what's your
Um,
contingency plan for the rain?
yeah.
Yeah.
Umbrellas.
So,
put it in there too.
Caroline was actually going to go down to Bunnings and pick up a one of those cheap gazebos. But she doesn't have a car. We were kind of trying to get one of my other friends to come pick her up, but we can't get hold of her either.
Hmm.
I think she's going to go anyway. But yeah, so we just need that. We were going to do the gazebo, and we were going to do, and I needed some ice as well, just like a couple of bags of ice, so that we didn't have to store all the beers in our tiny fridge. We've got like buckets. We just chuck ice in the buckets, and yeah, we can just store whatever they're drinking in those, and that'll be fine. I think we're good. Like, if you guys, what time are you guys thinking to show up?
I don't know what time does it start.
Well, originally it was going to be 3, but we've pushed it forward till 4. But I mean, I'm going to be here directly after we finish D&D, just preparing so people can actually just turn up.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
we'll get done with this. We'll get ready, and then we'll stop by. We'll pick you up some steinies for you, dear boy.
All right,
Happy
thank
birthday,
you.
Phil.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Oh,
Thank
there
you.
I don't have a
Rain
car
again.
today.
Happy birthday.
I've got a game
Yeah.
tonight, and I don't have a car today, but I would love to be there.
That's fine, Russell. Like, you'll make the next one. We'll get you around here at some point.
I look forward to the next time we can't really gather because Tim's in fucking Australia.
Yeah, we all have to. We have to wait for Tim to.
We'll
Tim
get
to
him an
us
iPad
out
and
there.
he
Well, we
can
could
just
all go to
FaceTime us.
Yeah.
Australia.
Yeah.
Oh, get
All
those
that.
iPads on the
we'll just go to Australia.
little, what are they called? On a Segway?
Yeah.
Right.
Like the ones that like prisoners use.
Well, actually,
I'm fine with that. It makes it more fun.
In end of August, we're in Melbourne. So if you want to make the trip, we can have a half and half.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Right.
Why not? That'd be fun.
That'd be interesting. And then those of us that are in New Zealand could get together and we could do 2 groups
Yeah, there you go.
together. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cute.
Be cute. Yeah. Anyway, you guys are having a long rest.
We had a long
Yes.
rest.
Yes.
And I found the bow. We're good.
Right.
Now, Russell, I wouldn't mind taking this opportunity now that we're having a long rest
Yes.
to use the 2 other level 1 spell components to put some spells into my spell book.
All right. Yeah.
I'm not sure if the time component is accurate though. It'll take a little more time, eh?
I'm not too fussed that you
All right.
you will
It
find,
has been some time.
yeah, you'll find time
Anyway.
between things and around things, and on the boat you
Yeah.
had some time as well.
All right, cool.
it all adds up.
All right, super duper. So that
what I
then
do want to
extinguishes all
know,
my.
how many
Yeah.
how many items are you attuned to, Hank?
Yes, good point. I think I'm at my maximum at the moment.
You're at your maximum.
So
You have
I will
that many?
probably have to unattune to. I've got a ring of protection that I'm on loan from the Daughters of Twilight.
Ah,
I've got Ledivar
Right.
and the Staff of Wind.
All right.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
Ricky Bob, you take the lantern.
out of all of you, who has slots left for attunement?
How many attunement
I don't-
slots
I don't think
do
I've got-
we?
I have 3 slots. Well, you get maximum 3.
Maximum 3.
No.
Is it the 3 by default or does
Yeah.
oh,
It's,
okay.
No, it's always 3, maximum of 3, and
I don't think I have
Oh.
anything that requires attunement.
I've got the speaky thingy, the stone thing.
out of game, I
Oh.
kind of do want Hank to have this lantern. It's sort of his for Hank.
I'm happy to give up
Yeah.
maybe the Ring of Protection or the Staff of Wind. The Ring of Protection is pretty valuable to me, but
Yeah. The stuff
also-
also might actually be yeah. It's a
I'll have Ledivar.
no.
Oh,
No.
Nah.
You can have the staff.
So, all right, hang on. So all the sending
Give Josiah the magic staff. I think it'd be fun to watch him use it.
I would love to have the magic staff or the ring.
He can
So-
become familiar with magic.
I think Hank should keep the ring.
All right.
To be honest, because his armor class is kind of shit.
I know that. I know, but I also enjoy having pluses and minuses.
Yeah,
My
and you
character,
enjoy
you know.
making death saving throws.
I do not.
Right.
I have
However,
made the most death saving throws of this entire group, I think.
Yep.
yeah, you're probably
Yeah.
right.
We need to
Definitely
start,
right,
Your
yeah.
constitution is really low, and you keep
Is that-
throwing yourself into danger.
start in the Crow's logbook thingy. We should keep a tally of who's made the most death saving throws, who's killed what.
I should be paying attention actually because I'm going through the old episodes at the moment.
Right.
I might have to do it a third time now.
So, okay, because what I would like to do during this long rest is for you to discover that the lantern has attuned itself to you, Hank.
Right. Okay.
Whichever you can choose between the staff or the ring of protection that you want to keep or lose. But it's going
Who
to,
wants the staff?
one of those things is going to get nudged.
And
Right.
anyone attuned to the stuff? Can Josiah, given that he's not actually, he's a half elf, but his classes aren't magical.
Yeah, it says that it
It's your homebrew item.
can be used by all.
No, the stuff of wind is a normal.
Requires
staff.
attunement by
Is it?
can be used by all.
Okay, so then yeah.
So, yeah.
I'll take the staff then.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay, cool. You take the staff of wind.
Mm.
How come I couldn't find it? I made a new one because I couldn't find it.
It could be called staff of gust or something weird. Hang on.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep. All right. Well, I'll get rid of that then.
All right. And you can add a lantern of revealing for the moment, but it is not a lantern of revealing, but that's the immediate powers that you are aware of. You become aware during your attunement process that this lantern is an artifact and it has an intelligence of sorts. You become aware that whilst you're holding it, it's got a hood, so you can put the hood down. But unless it's hooded, it will shine bright light in all directions for about 30 feet. And it has a spark of sunlight in it. So you can consider the light that comes from it to be sunlight.
A lantern of revealing.
This is not a standard lantern of revealing, but yes.
Yep. That's what we're using so far.
You will find that after taking an action to adjust your senses, when you're in its field, you can see into the border ethereal and you can see the invisible in the inside of the lantern's day glow.
Right. Okay.
Um,
That's pretty awesome for something like
Right.
Hank.
but in order to turn it off, basically, you have to put its hood down.
Right. Okay. And its hood is on it. Right. It's attached to it.
Yeah, it's just a you just push it down basically. You lift it up,
Yep.
push it down.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it works best when it's stable. It seems when it's sitting flat on the ground, but you can hold it and carry it, and it's not quite as accurate in that
Yeah.
setting.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
Yeah.
Bright light in a 30-foot radius.
It's definitely got Arcana all over it, so you can make an Arcana check to check it out too if you want to.
Yeah, I might do that right now, actually, seeing as we're just long resting. Which would be 16.
16. It has some scriptures of the Stormazin and their temple, including a passage about their helms cover their smiles, his magical hammer kept by the Morden Salmon.
Right.
Yeah. You can see that it's got protection runes and things on it too. So you're not sure
There's
whether
more.
they protect the lantern or whether they protect the space around the lantern or both.
Or the holder, or yeah, gotcha. Right. Cool. So that's yet to be determined.
Yeah. Yeah. But it does have an intelligence that you can sense when you're around it that kind of reaches out to you in the form of a kind of bright holy light into your mind. You have this feeling that it's like it's the pure light of Anim, and if you were to glance at it with your open naked eyes, it may blind you.
Ooh, shucks. Piece of sun. Cool, man. I'm down with that. Protection bits.
A piece of like if this thing's on, how bright are we talking? I'm picturing like
Daylight.
you know
Daylight.
some utes and those people with those utes that get those ridiculous high beams that just like blast daylight into your face.
Right, but
Yeah,
without so much, not so directional and more diffuse because it's kind of in a globe. It creates
okay.
a globe of daylight.
Okay.
And even just 1 foot out of that globe might be darkness.
Right. Okay. So
basically, you'd be like looking if you were in total.
It's like
darkness,
a bubble.
Yeah, it's a bubble of light, and it will allow you
you-
to see through the darkness spell. To magical darkness cut through.
Oh, that's
Excellent.
exciting.
It basically, it's
Yeah, this is great.
It's a globe of true sight.
Right.
That's awesome. Does that mean we can see invisible people?
That's right.
Yes.
I'm
And it's also
staying here, Hank.
extremely handy for the Barakal wizards who love to spam darkness. Oh wait,
Who
or
would
is it
love to
Drow?
steal this from
Drow?
us?
Drow, yeah.
Drow.
Oh, both
yeah,
actually, wasn't it?
Both.
To be honest.
Both. Yeah,
Mm.
both.
Everybody
I
likes
think.
that.
I mean, this is great, but it's not going to make me very sneaky using it. So we basically use it for that purpose when we've already been rumbled, I guess.
Or investigating and finding hidden things.
Yeah, true. If it does that, I think there's more.
Hank, you'll find it useful for finding spell components on the sides of roads and things like that as well. For making nature checks and having true sight, you can see the actual magical components within things.
Right. Okay.
Things that you know that you're looking for, but yeah, it will give you advantage on like nature checks and things like that. But you will have to open the lantern to do that, which could make you vulnerable in certain circumstances.
Sure, but say if we're like
In daylight
down the road, like and then I'm looking around my lantern, and I can probably see like a flower there that looks like it.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the sort of thing that would be good for.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So the Stormazin ship has disappeared. You've had your long rest. You've attuned to the lantern. Somebody else is now tuned to a ring of protection.
No, the
Staff of Wind.
My staff of
That's
wind.
you. Okay.
Josiah's got it. Nice.
All right. He always was full of wind, so.
Yeah.
And he takes his second winds as well.
That's true.
Ho-ho.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you're a windy kind of a guy.
He's a kind of a windy. He fights like the wind.
Yeah.
okay.
Can I do are there any familiars or birds that have been flying around for way too long around us at this stage
Is
that
that
just
hawk
won't go away?
Yeah, there was a hawk I noticed earlier.
Well, let's have an investigation check from you guys.
Can I do perception instead?
Yeah. But you'll get different information from a perception check than a
Okay, that's fine. 16.
16. Yeah, there's definitely a hawk flying around.
Okay. I'm going to send my bird to kill it.
All right. the hawk. Okay, you send your bird to kill it.
Yeah, off it goes.
Can you make an attack roll for your bird, please?
Sure. So it is that one there. Oh, plus my spell attack for 10 to hit.
For 10 to hit. Okay. You miss, but the attacked bird strikes back, missing again. It's your bird's turn.
Ha ha ha! It wants to go. 14 to hit.
14. That actually hits.
Yes.
All right.
All right. So that'll be. Man, I should really remember this. I think it was 1d4 plus 6. I think. Yes. No, 1d4 plus 5. No, 6. It is 6. 8 damage.
Your bird kills the hawk and brings it back.
Ooh.
Dumps it at your feet. Poof.
Breakfast.
You see around the hawk's feet these little red ribbons with writing woven into it very tightly.
All right, I'll turn to Hank. I was like, Hank, if I was to do that to Hogsmore, he'd just like disappear, right? Poof.
I believe so. Yep.
Okay, so that's not a magic bird.
What does the ribbon say?
You don't know. You can make an Arcana check.
Yeah, sure. I'll pull the ribbon off the leg.
All right.
15.
15. You believe it's probably some sort of spell that links the bird to the Barakyle envoy wizards somehow. It seems to be the obvious thing. Maybe they've found a way of not just creating familiars, but capturing them and turning them into familiars.
Maybe we should. Okay. Given this, I turn to the others and say, okay, so let's say that they could see out of this bird, or could see out of. Maybe they still can. If we eat the bird, would they be able to see us at all times at that point?
Gimbal, isn't there a rangerish thing around not eating predator animals?
No.
You sure?
There might be, but I'm hungry.
You
can all make Arcana checks, and or religion checks too.
11 for me.
Or religion.
Nat 1.
3.
Ignore the 3. Ooh, 14.
14.
19 for Hank.
For Hank. In superstitious lore, anything that might be spying on you should be buried.
I got a nat 1, so I want to eat it.
Right. That would.
I think we should. We really should bury it. I guess we're in a boat, so we can't bury.
No,
it.
we're on an ice shelf now.
Oh, well, can we bury it
chip
on
the
ice?
ice?
Sure,
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we've got shovels. Yes, let's dig.
All right. So you dig a hole and you bury the bird, I assume.
Yeah.
All right. 'Tis done.
Alrighty.
'Tis done.
Any more birds in the sky?
You kill all the birds.
I will kill all the birds.
Rats.
All the
Okay. Very well. Make a perception check.
19.
19.
14. Again.
All right. Hank?
Oh, are we all doing it? Okay.
I didn't realize that. That's a pretty good one, actually. 22.
22. Wow.
7.
Okay. Josiah, what are you doing?
I'm considering our next move. I'm not too preoccupied with birds and rats and
All of
Gimbal's
that.
stomach. Yeah.
Right. So for some reason you miss the horn that echoes out across the fjord.
Yep.
And from the other side of the ice river delta, the others see what appears to be a gathering of mammoths and Goliath on the far side, probably maybe half a mile away, between broken pieces of ice float and the far side, and they seem to be on the top of the cliffs over there.
Where we want to be. Josiah, you've got that horn still, don't you?
The Goblin Warhorn. Yep.
Your Goliath, what's his name?
Opala and Ingwaz.
Ingwaz, she puts her hand on your shoulder. She says, "No, do not contact them. They're not our tribe."
Which tribe?
But we're trying to help all tribes. Are they a bad tribe?
They have been lost to us.
Why?
Perhaps Skagen blood.
Oh.
Wizard minions. Okay.
Perhaps.
Back on the boat then.
All right. Are we heading upriver to the Goliath, or
Yes,
we want?
we must keep going.
All right.
Mhm.
Let's do that. Oh, I guess
No.
I'm the helmsman now with my new
Well,
staff.
it hasn't started yet. Has the current gotten bad enough that we need to use the staff yet?
It's the current is slow, and you can row against it, but using the staff would certainly triple your speed.
Yeah, right.
All
Good
right, I
luck,
want
Josiah.
to take the same pose that Hank did.
Right.
The bracing yourself, the two
Very
hands on the
heroic.
staff.
And off
Find
he
a little
goes.
dent in the floorboards
Yeah.
that Hank put there.
Yeah.
Hank looks over at you and is like,
So,
so heroic.
who's steering this motherfucker?
The captain.
The Captain Slen.
The captain, yeah, we're not good.
Seamlessly.
All right. So you need to make an Arcana check,
Me. Okay.
and Captain Flynn. Who wants to roll for Captain Flynn?
I'll roll for Captain Flynn.
Slyn, not Flynn.
16 for the
Slen.
Arcana.
In fact, it's Sin, isn't it?
Errol
Uh,
Flynn.
Errol Flynn. 16 for Arcana. Okay,
Yep.
good. You pulse the waves of wind into the sails so that it doesn't go too fast, so that the captain is able to make their check, which we'll just make it a acrobatics, sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand check. Okay, so that would be 14.
14. Okay. Very well. She narrowly misses some ice shelf, and you cut in and around until you go around a large bend in this chasm of ice. And the Goliath are now out of sight, but you can still hear their horns in the distance. Behind you, you hear a large crashing sound, and you turn and make perception checks.
Oh, 11.
11.
5.
Great.
5. Hank?
19.
19.
Perception.
Yeah.
17.
Okay, so Hank and Josiah, you both hear the crashing sound in the distance behind you, as well as notice there's kind of like a sudden bob in the boat, like a wave has just woofed through the water, as if
Right.
something has crashed down like a huge piece of ice or something behind you in the water, momentarily raising the water level.
Can we, I guess, looking behind, is there anything obvious that would cause the whatever ice shelf to collapse, or I assume it's an ice shelf,
You've gone around a corner, so it's hard to say.
right?
But you notice that the water that is not frozen is kind of bobbing as if it's very recently been disturbed by a large movement.
Right.
Oh, well, I'm gonna keep to focusing on the staff of wind.
All right, make an Arcana check.
Hank's.
And let's roll a sleight of hand for the captain, Hank.
Ooh, 5 for Arcana.
Oh,
Nice one. So the captain gets what's plus 7? 4, 23.
all right. Despite Josiah's terrible pulsing of the wind, the captain manages to swerve around a number of obstacles and move further upstream. And you get out of the immediate danger zone and are able to follow the river for a while. You continue pulsing and you get better at it to the point where you're able to pretty much maneuver this craft now through this river. And after the better part of you go through the night, and then the next day, it takes quite a while, and eventually you see the smoke of the Goliath village up ahead on the left-hand side among the hills in the snow. Cloud fogs sort of surrounding it. Big spikes of pillars like wooden spikes sticking out like palisades around the side of it. Mammoth skulls. This particular tribe doesn't have mammoths, but they do have a couple of mammoth skulls hanging from places and things like that. They're still considered sacred. Yeah, and so you pull up the boat and make your way up towards the village, I assume.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
your plan.
Very heroically. We're heroes who have
Yes.
freed their
Mm.
great god who they
Right.
love.
What can you tell us about your village, Ingwas? Apollo? What's you guys' deal?
She says,
Yeah.
what is it that you wish to know? Our history? She says, I can tell you my lineage. And she begins to recite her lineage.
Oh no.
What kind of pets do you keep if you don't have mammoths?
Pets.
Yes.
Oxen, boars.
Okay. Do you ever, are they big boars? Do you ever ride the boars? Just checking. You gotta ride something.
She says, we keep these. And she points at these ice skiffs.
Ah ha ha ha. Lovely.
Are you
See,
well?
beyond here, the plain is flat. You will see across when we come over this hill.
Hmm.
And then you do see these flat ice plains that are like mirrors.
Okay. So it's kind of like an icy Mad Max where they're riding across on these sled kind of things
Yeah.
up the yeah, nice.
Dogs,
that.
they have dog sleds too, but their skiffs have sails on them.
Oh, cool.
So they can kind of, use the
That's
wind.
cool.
Yeah.
Hank?
Um,
Yeah, you muted. Hank.
He's possibly talking to
Oh, he's
someone
not talking to
else.
us. Sorry.
But you can tell from his expression who the
That's a
DM
serious
is.
conversation.
So I guess, well, you guys must be the most northern Goliath tribes of them all. You must be like the.
No, there are some further in the Ben Vanaheim region.
I see.
Can you remind me what your leader's name was? The one we'll be speaking to.
Out of game. Did I give you his name?
Nope.
Her name? Their name?
The one
Chief.
who had the head of
The
procession
priest.
Was Regal,
There you go.
but I don't know if that was potentially the chief, but that was who.
Well, I think we'll address Regal then. I mean, he's the one that sent. He knows what we've done. Well, they know what we've done. So that'd be the best person to update.
They were the ones that came down to
Yeah.
Vanderhold.
Yeah.
Sorry,
And gave us the actual trial.
Right.
I heard Gimbal mentioning Hank.
Oh, sorry. I thought you
yeah.
had something to say before you started talking to your missus.
Oh, I did. Yeah. I was going to ask either Tyler or Ingwas what they do for recreation.
We play rock.
Oh, what's
music.
rock? I want to know about
Ed
this
roll.
You wish to play rock.
I don't want to
What's
play rock.
rock?
I'm not playing
Yeah,
rock.
tell me about rock. I want to know about rock.
She says, "Do you see this stone here?
Yeah.
This is the perfect rock." And she
Okay.
goes over to it and picks it up. She says, "Now, each of us takes a rock like this, and then we batter one another till one is unconscious."
Ah, I see.
Hank, you should
a game of violence.
But there are special rules and situations where you can throw your rock.
For instance, if someone is not within arm's reach, I'm guessing.
When we reach the age of 10, we change to a new game we call Spear.
I don't want to know.
I see. I'm guessing it's like rock, but with spear instead, right?
Yes. How did you know that?
Magic, I guess.
Yeah. Are we in the town, the camp at this
Yeah,
point?
you're going in amongst the outer yurts,
Mhm.
and what have you. There's bison and things tied up. There's stinky bison poos
Yeah.
things on the road.
Charming.
More and more Goliath begin to sort of take notice of you. If they don't actually, oddly enough, they don't all come over and start nosing at you. Only a couple of kids do. And they point and then they run away and they bring back their family.
Right.
And so there's this bigger and bigger gathering beginning to occur in the middle of the town outside of the chief's house. His house is this sort of raised up platform with a even more structured yurt on top of that. made of huge tusks or massive bones. You're not sure whether they're mammoth bones or possibly dragon bones. Hard to say. In any case, finally, the flaps on the front of his tent, his raised yurt, open up, and he stands in front of you and crosses his arms. Ah, you have returned.
Yes, from
Yeah,
the
I've
trial.
returned.
Yeah.
And you hear from around. Actually, who speaks giant? Tricky Bob. Can you make a
Me.
perception check?
The chosen ones.
6.
Sucks. Okay. You notice that the wind is causing the fires to almost get blown out at times in moments as the wind howls through this place. The others, you hear murmurs going on amongst the Goliath in giant. Hank, where's the lantern right now?
I've been looking at it. I think I'm pretty transfixed by it, so I probably got it in my hand or at least close by.
Can you make a perception check, please?
How big is this lantern? Are we talking just like a normal
Like a normal lantern.
like a
yeah.
Stein size
Hand
little,
size.
Like a lantern-sized lantern.
so you can
Hank-
hang it
Hank
off.
hand
You could hang it
size.
off your belt, like basically.
Yeah.
If you were to see a picture of the Hermit Tarot card, it would be that lantern.
Well, I mean, now, thanks, Russell. That's all we're going to be doing for the next 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yep.
Okay, cool. I like it.
Okay, now who is the hermit
Yep,
in Persona 5?
Gotcha.
Which one? Oh,
Alright.
5.
Okay. So Hank's perception check was pretty good. It's a 21.
21. Okay, Hank. Two things occur to you. First of all, you can hear them saying, "Impossible, impossible. How did they do it? It was an impossible task. They're not Goliath. They have no giant blood."
Wait, I can hear them and I
Yeah.
can understand them.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Time for a rallying speech.
Who's within 30 feet of Hank right now?
All of us, I would have thought.
Okay, yeah,
all
we're
traveling in a
probably
group.
all in,
You're
yeah.
all in that space. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. You can all make that perception check.
Okay.
Hang on. Would we know? I think Hank would probably think they're speaking common, right?
Right, maybe, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I think Hank might. Well, Hank, you can make an intelligence check.
I'll make an intelligence check to figure that out.
Yeah.
17.
Oh, just a 10.
10,
8.
Okay. Yeah, you haven't figured it out.
Yeah. All right.
Really
Cool.
take
I like
better
that anyway.
notes.
And Josiah, what did you get?
11.
11. Never mind. Yeah. Okay, Tim. Gimbal, you're also kind of hearing these whispers that I'm describing to Hank, and it's not so much like you're actually hearing what their actual voices are, but it's just like you're hearing their thoughts,
All right then.
and their thoughts are being translated into common.
Can I
Hmm.
focus in on specific people with this,
Not easily.
or do I just hear it all like around, like
It's
just
all
noise?
around. It's as noise. It's just noise. Yeah.
All right. So, what was the name of that island? Anyone?
Fractos.
Fractos. Okay, I'm just gonna type that in. All right. So I say
With a-
yes.
It's
We have
Fractos with a
returned
PH.
from the trial on the Isle of Fractos. We've spoken to Unglamor and set her free amongst our realm, and we've spoken to the Stormazin, who praised us for our judgment.
Lies! The chief jumps down in front of you next and kicks the campfire over, sending sparks and coals rolling around. Various people get out of the way. Soldiers move in behind him to sort of reinforce his ego. And the local shaman, the tribal shaman, comes out from a tent as well and starts coming across. He's wearing a skull on his head. It's with teeth sticking down over his eyes, and various cloaks and robes and trinkets. He has a staff and starts walking towards you. I'm saying he, but really he, she is a bit non-binary. And
They.
They, thank you. Incidentally, I have an interesting conversation to have with you guys later. Yeah, so they come over with their staff and lean on it and watch what's about to unfold. You might notice small skulls hanging from the staff, like the skulls of very small embryos or something like that.
We'll point to our two Goliaths. Say these honorable warriors have borne witness to our deeds.
It is true. We bore witness to these deeds. We have seen this.
Nudge Hank and just go, Hank, follow my lead. And I'm gonna go. Gonna pull the staff of wind out, and I'm going to aim it towards the fire pit that is all just ashes. Yeah. And I'm gonna shout out, "Behold the giant lantern," and aim the gust into the fire.
All right. So you fire a gust of wind into the fire,
into the ash, so it gets all like ashy and yeah.
All right.
And then I'm gonna elbow Hank.
I'm going to. I don't know what you want, but I'm going to assume that I'm following your lead by shaping fire, casting the cantrip. Fire.
Show the lantern.
Oh, the lantern. Well, I do that anyway because I didn't know. So I'm going to shape the fire and make it a big fire like this, and then I show the lantern.
Okay, so right, can you make a performance check, please?
Oh yeah. Hank, are we both doing it?
Hank is doing it with advantage because you're helping him.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Cool. What is my performance? Oh, not too bad. All right. Good that I've got advantage. No, that was both times. Actually, 10.
10.
The same each time. Yeah. It
was a little lackluster.
Yeah.
And at first there's like groans of like what the
come magic. They're all like, what's this rubbish?
Yeah, exactly. And then you can hear lies, they're lying. And then the lantern, you open the lantern?
Yep. I'll open the lantern.
This massive beam of glowing daylight shines out in all directions surrounding it.
I've got a question actually.
Yeah.
On daylight, and seeing as this is a giant artifact.
Yeah.
Right. Would the daylight coming from the lantern look like the daylight from the one sun?
It does.
Before it was split in two.
Yeah, it does.
So it'd be quite different, the different light quality then.
Yeah, it's got a conjoined light quality about it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, sweet.
In fact, to be honest, what I was saying before about it was like Anim's light and how it might blind you if you look directly into it. This is a spark of Anim's light.
Right.
Pre-sun.
Yeah. Right. Okay, so pre-sun.
Yeah.
Blimey. What a gift. What a gift.
And as the thing about this thing is it's extraordinarily obvious, extremely attention grabby, and even within that glow of sunlight, this globe of sunlight, if you were to see this from a hill somewhere else, you would see like a ball of fire sitting on a hill, or wherever you were. Close up, you can see little streams of magic just drifting in the light, like twirling.
Right, it's just sparkles. Eminently magical.
Yeah, it's extremely celestial. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Sweet.
And of course, everyone is shocked. Steps back.
And then I put it down again.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is this? How did you obtain our artifacts? You must hand it over now.
It was a gift from the Stormazin.
This has been bequeathed to us, the true champions. And we've been given our task. We will not live to suffer the plague that has covered the lands and the Goliath. We take this lantern to bid all the tribes join us in a wage war against Vanderhold.
The chief steps forward and he says, "You were sent to die." And he goes to grab the lantern, but at that moment, the shaman staff comes down in front of him, and as he goes to grab it, he looks at the shaman, and the shaman pushes him back and taps him with the staff quite hard in the chest. "No. These ones clearly have passed your test. You have betrayed us, sending them to their deaths. You are the one that must be tested now.
Oh, damn.
And the council of Goliath begin to sort of circle and close. And the chief, he looks around as one of the bigger Goliaths comes forward, being summoned by the shaman. They say, now you must be taken and bound. And they take and bind the chief to a pole.
Oh God. I didn't
Ow.
mean to cause a revolt. I just wanted him to do what we say.
Just go with it.
Good.
The shaman turns back to you guys. He says, you have brought the light of Anam.
Priest, is this Priest Regal? Priest Regal.
He bends to you.
Will you gather your finest warriors and join us in our
I
march?
have no warriors.
Balls.
I can only speak for you.
Great shaman Regal, what will happen to the chiefdom of this tribe?
Another will be chosen soon enough. There will be trial by combat.
We would treat with the winner, whether it be the previous chief or the new chief. We would treat with them. We have much to discuss about the future of this island and Vanderhold.
I see. And what would you wish to discuss?
We mean to destroy the Skagen blood source, which we believe to be the beast on the shores of Vanderhold.
More difficult than you might know.
Most likely, but difficult tasks seem to be our bread and butter these days.
We've heard of the attempts of the past.
There have been attempts. Our prophecies
no
and
way.
signs have told us not to touch the beast. We have known for decades now not to touch it, but temptation has given in by those mortal wizards, and they have passed on their filth.
Not only this, then that means now that your men are touching it by ingesting it, even. So they are now just as guilty as the wizards.
I mean,
So we must do something.
Yes.
I can speak for you among the Goliath.
Are there other tribes on this island that we should speak to as well?
There is one other thing. You are here now. Upon the morrow will be the trial by combat. Would one of you seek chieftainship here?
Yes.
What's involved?
Yes, we do.
Killing
is
the other
involved?
Goliath, I imagine.
Winning.
Yeah.
It's a lot like
Okay.
rock.
Spear.
That
This
is, in
kind of
fact-
sounds like something Tricky Bob wants to do.
In fact,
Yeah.
this is the method. It is the
Well-
way.
I don't think it's a very fair election method because, I mean, we don't hear about the chieftain's policies or anything like that. We don't know what they're going to bring. I don't think that's very fair. Have you guys thought about having an actual election?
If we become chiefs, we
Democratics.
can introduce that.
But I won't be elected based on my merits. I'll be elected because I'm stronger than them.
What
Yes,
is
but
merit
then
but a
you can
strength?
pave the way to change this.
I just don't think you have very good system in
judge them.
place.
If you wish to challenge the leader,
Mhm.
put your rock in that basket.
Okay.
Mark it
Good.
with your name or other mark.
Thank you, priest,
Shaman.
shaman, priest, Regal.
Shaman priest.
Okay, I turn to the others. Who's doing it?
Nah, I ain't doing it.
I just don't agree with it. It just doesn't
Alright,
seem
I'm doing it.
fair.
Okay. So, okay, Gimble's doing it. Okay.
Can I use my pet?
No. That is
Straight
Okay.
show of strength.
This is a show of strength. This is a spear and shield, no armor, no other weapons.
No bow?
No armor?
No?
Spear?
Are you naked?
Yeah.
Okay, shield and spear. Bring it. Let's do it.
Sure about this, Gimbal?
Yep.
What are
Sure
you
about
going to
this,
get
Gimbal.
out of running a Goliath tribe? I mean,
An army of good soldiers.
Oh, yeah, but we'll have to stay here.
No, I'm not going to keep. I'm going to stay. Oh, sidebar. Okay, so like,
It's cold.
first off, I don't know. What can I do?
It's so
I'll pull.
cold.
I'll pull out. I don't know, some moss or something, and then rub it into the rock, naturey, make it a bit green if I can, and then throw that into the basket as mine.
Okay, you throw your rock into the basket.
Mhm.
Your rock
Yep.
is in the basket.
And then we need to go walk away and discuss this.
Okay, so
Okay.
you go away and discuss this.
Mhm.
You guys are given a yurt of your own to sleep in.
Mhm.
Has
Okay.
oversized beds.
Hmm.
Yeah, not beds so much as bed rolls,
Mhm.
on the floor.
Okay.
Um,
So
yeah.
I'll turn to the others. Say, well, look, I'm not going to stay chief, obviously. But this is the only we can either persuade the chief or we just be the chief, take the army, we go talk to the other tribe, we take them over, and then we march on Vanderholt. And then once all that's over, the tribes have been united, and they can do whatever the fuck they want.
Oh, before breakfast.
Yes,
I just don't think you have the qualifications to be a chief.
that's why
We don't
I'm
even know
employing
anything
you
about
as
them.
my loyal advisor.
I guess
Ah,
it's not
shit.
pretty
Why
good.
not? Let's do it.
okay, battle plan. You're going to be naked, Gimbal.
Yep.
You
But with a
handy with a
shield.
spear.
Are you comfortable with nudity?
I think I'm pretty. I should be okay with a spear. Comfortable with my own. I'm comfortable with my body.
Ooh, actually, what if
The ring of protection.
no, what if we
Yeah, that's
what
a
if
good call.
we attach a spearhead to the staff? What if you take the staff and then you've got a bit of a advantage?
No,
think
no,
the
no. That'll
ring
be
of
an obvious
protection
cheat. They won't allow
seems-
that.
Yeah, ring of protection seems like a good one.
If they allow them to use it, they may take
Do
it
they
off
know what
them.
it is?
I don't know. I'm not
I guess
sure.
that is cheating,
They're all
isn't
about fair
it?
play, but we really need an
Yeah.
advantage here. How can we do this?
I have an advantage. I'm me.
Nah.
Mm,
I'm all for giving you the ring of protection. I'm worried that they might see that as
Exactly. Cheating.
cheating.
Mm.
Yeah, and they're all about being on equal footing. These guys, from what
Does
I
anyone
remember.
know if there is a finesse style spear?
Do you have to have their spear?
I
Well,
would
I'd
like-
imagine I don't have my own.
Yeah, but like you can't have any other weapon. It's just a spear, right?
spear and shield.
And a shield. Can I use my
Right,
own
okay.
shield?
Yes.
Oh, there we go. That helps.
Okay.
Well, hang on. What sort of shield is it?
It's an
It's my
elven
round
kite
shield.
Yeah.
Plus,
Is it-
oh, it's a kite shield. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
With my.
Is it
I think I should be
magical?
allowed because it's huh?
Is it magical?
It's a +1.
Well, will they know it's magical?
Well, there is a shaman who's about to test these things.
It's a +1 shield.
Okay, no, you're not going to get to use that.
Damn it.
Ah,
All right. Well, that's fine.
okay.
But if it's +1, doesn't mean it's magical.
So,
Usually.
let's see. If I unequip my
really?
armor, I'll have 15 AC.
Yeah, I think like a +1 weapon is basically like magic was used in its creation, sort of a thing. Like it's not
Hmm.
like
It's
you
an
don't
it's
have
magical.
any.
It has an aura.
So my shield and my splint armor are magical.
Yeah.
Neat.
Oh yeah, so every time I bring out the lantern, Tricky Bob will be glowing.
Yay.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
true. I see a cat
Hmm.
behind Gimbal.
Where?
Ah,
Where?
The
what a
tail's
pretty
just-
Ah,
sight.
That's
I just saw
Rommel. He's
him.
blind. He's great.
Oh,
Okay. So, all right. So this trial's going to be the next day. So you do have the evening to think about and prepare.
I need to
Um,
find a good weapon.
You know that the combat space itself will be the town square, basically the center of this. It's a big circle where they will form a box, which you will be fighting in, surrounded by people.
How big is this? How big is the box we're talking here? Side to side.
Let's say it's 60 feet in each direction.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. I have somewhat of a plan.
It's muddy, snowy, sleety kind of, with a few rocks amongst it.
Luckily, if that were to be difficult terrain, I'm good in the Arctic now, which means I don't have to deal with that shit. It doesn't slow me.
Does not slow you. Okay, cool. Good to know.
But well, I don't know if it slows him. He's probably lived here, so he's probably fine too.
Yeah, but it means you're not at disadvantage at least. Okay.
I need a good kind of like spear weapon. I'll walk around and like just start inquiring with the locals and see what weapons have been used in the past. Is it always a spear?
It is always a spear.
It's always a spear. Okay.
But one of the blacksmiths comes forth, and he's holding a spear that's literally just still cooling down, and it's about human size.
Good.
And he gives this to you, and he just goes down on one knee and says, "For your challenge."
I grab it with one hand and do a couple little twirls.
It
Cool.
seems to be a reasonably good spear. It's the right size and weight. Maybe a little bit heavy, but
For what it's going to be used for, but that's fine. I think that's good. If it's a little bit heavy, then that explains why I won't have like my dex bonuses on it. Really.
Yeah, it's literally just been forged, and steam is still coming off it.
I'll add that in. Change all my stuff around. Okay. So no armor.
No armor.
No armor. No
clothes.
Shield. Okay.
No clothes. No boots.
No clothes. No boots. Shield. Loincloth. Is it a loincloth?
No.
Full nudity.
Oh, okay. Oh, full on.
Naked.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah,
But naked.
Yeah.
Naked.
Yeah.
A lady, I can't look at all.
Oh, you've seen it all before, Tricky. I think we've all bathed together at some point.
Surely not.
He's like, well, I don't think it. Who knows?
All right, I'm set then. Yeah, I can just build. Yep, I'm good.
All right, very good then. Okay, so that's what you spend the night doing. You sleep.
Like, do we have? Oh, Hank, do you have any like magical protection you can cast on me?
I'm actually looking at that right now.
Oh, they'll probably disqualify for that too.
Yeah, maybe.
Can we knock the priest out? Drug the priest.
Am I allowed to bless him or anything like that? Or is that also considered?
I would allow that.
Yeah, because I have Adam's, divine will. E.
Right.
Cool.
What else could we possibly do?
Hank, if things start to go badly, see if you can do some sneaky magic.
All right. I'll do that for you, Kimball. Some surreptitious magicalness.
Secret magicalness.
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh.
What are you thinking?
I've got a
should be
motivational speech spell.
Yeah, give me a speech.
I will
That's
give
great.
him a speech.
I think
And
that's
what
right
else?
up your alley.
Gimbal, I don't think you're qualified for this, but
You must be better than the other guy.
Yeah, you saw how quickly that guy got enraged.
Yeah, I don't think you can have rage issues as a chieftain.
And I
Though he
definitely
could be
don't have
desperate.
issues.
Perhaps we threw him by returning. He didn't expect us to come back,
Yes, so
Maybe he was afraid.
Well, that's maybe your think enrage him more, like get him to fight.
Yeah.
I
Fight
think it's a different
blind.
guy
Fight
though. Now.
clumsy.
He's not in anymore, right?
Yeah.
I thought
that's,
he's
I'm
in
pretty
he's
sure- I think-
bound up, and they're doing a trial for a new chief. They don't want him back as chief.
I thought
No, he gets to
he
fight
now
for
has
his
to do the
chief.
trial.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he's fighting.
So you will be fighting the chief.
Is
So
this
I
a
agree with
one-on-one
Desire. I
thing,
say-
or is this anyone who wants to is
It's a-
because like you said, throw the rock in?
It's going to be a one-on-one, but
Mhm.
ultimately, everybody that wants to be chief is going to have to fight somebody.
So it's going to be a
Right.
gauntlet kind of thing. Yeah, like so.
Yes.
Frank's okay.
Right.
Cool.
I think Gimbal, given the circumstance, the more intimidating you can make yourself, the more it makes we make you seem like you are a giant champion. The better this will do. So in this case, I'm gonna paint in my own blood.
Lovely.
Yep, the symbol that's on my sword, which is the south wall symbol, which is shield in giant rune.
Ooh, sure. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Does anyone else want to bleed on me?
Yeah, I'll bleed on you because I've got those. I've got those runes that I took from the egg, the ogre egg. Right.
Oh, yeah.
Those are
Copies of those
giant
runes.
fertility
I love that we keep calling that an egg.
Why not?
But I
Why
mean,
not?
fertility is like strength,
Big and
right?
bold, and
Or maybe
yeah,
you can
sure.
seduce him.
I'm not that
Virility.
charming.
They're giant virility symbols.
Yeah, virility symbols. Yeah, you're strong, you're virile, or
Well, can you,
everything.
while you're at it,
Goliath
can you
wants.
mimic the things that the symbols that I got when we were heading onto the boat the first time?
They just
Remember
smeared us
before we
with,
did this? Yeah, before we did this trial, you know how they did they put a handprint on your face and then they gave
That's
me
right,
the
yeah.
little.
They gave me like the merest of attentions.
They gave you a
Right.
line, didn't they? Like a line down
Yeah,
there.
something
head.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're probably just drawing the Goliath version of a penis on already.
All right, good. So yes, making me intimidating. I love it.
Excellent. Okay, so you've got some intimidation going. Would you like to make an intimidation check?
Sure.
Wait, when are you actually going in?
10.
10. Okay.
I'd imagine it's today. I imagine it's the day now.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's
Okay.
this is
Yeah,
the
we had a
morning-
rest.
We'll say this is the morning now. You can have a long
Unless-
rest if you want.
Unless
Okay.
there was something you want to do, like we had.
Yeah, I
freedom
wanna
to.
give the motivational speech an hour before. Wait, no, sorry, right before, because it only lasts an hour.
Okay.
What's the
So-
speech?
Well, I think I'll go with the one that we had earlier of, I don't think you qualify for this job, but you're probably the best candidate out there. So
That's high praise.
yes, for me it is. It's probably the highest praise I've ever given you, really.
The only praise, I think, actually.
No,
I don't think I've ever heard
did
Tricky
say,
Bob.
I've heard a few
Praise
praises.
Gimbal.
I've
I
heard
did-
mutual agreement.
yeah, and I did say you're the most reasonable out of our group, besides
Mhm.
myself.
Mhm.
So
That was clearly a lie.
You're not helping, Hank. I'm about to go die.
You will not die. At worst, you'll
You're
get
right, you're right,
gravely
Gibble.
injured. Because I can revivify you, so you can go
It's
in
true.
there and you can just get absolutely munted, and I'll be here.
I like that because that instills this
Yeah.
false confidence in me. Like, oh, no, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I am
No, I
immortal at
think
this
it
point.
wouldn't even be false confidence. I think you'd be like, oh, that's a weight off my
It's like,
mind.
yeah,
you know?
I just come back.
Mm.
Whatever happens, I'm
Bring
not going
it.
to die.
Yep.
Unless
So
you
yeah,
take like 100 damage or something.
Mm.
I'm
yeah.
sure they can't cross. Can they? Do you think they can cross that? Do you think they can do 100
I don't think
damage?
they're allowed to keep beating me if I drop.
it's fair
Yeah.
rules, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm
Alright.
sure once you the first hit that knocks you out, they can't beat you to the pulp after
And
that.
then maybe
You never know. It might be to
Although
the death,
they're,
though.
yeah.
maybe if you go in with a righteousness about it of like non-lethal attacks, and you're sure you're the better contender here.
It's a spear, Josiah.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
mean,
attacking him with the blunt side of it.
Beat him with a stick.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but they know what they signed. I know what I've signed up for. They know what they've signed up for. If we feel like it tricky, maybe you can revive the one I murder.
I can, yeah. So you also don't have to feel the guilt of murdering someone,
Mhm.
because I can.
Thank you.
Yep. It's really just go all out.
Mm-hmm. Plan to. All right. Yeah.
What does it
So
actually
so
do?
what do I get?
You get 5 temporary hit points,
Yes.
advantage on wisdom saving throws. If you're hit by an attack, you have advantage on the next attack roll.
wow.
Okay.
Yes, that's it. Oh wait, once you lose a temporary hit points, the spell ends. So you get pretty
Right.
good hits in the beginning.
So it says if I'm hit by them, I have advantage on my next attack against
Yep,
them.
yep.
Okay, but I only have 5 temporary hit points, so it really only works like once.
Well, it depends. Can you save
Unless they hit me
temporary
for like 1.
Yeah, can temporary hit points get saved towards the end, or are they the
No,
first to go?
they get used first, I thought.
Yeah, they are used first, yeah. Yeah,
But
they
okay,
just act
5
like
temp
hit points.
5 temp
Yeah.
has been added.
All right.
Good. Okay, and what about bless?
I'll bless you as well.
What does that do?
Bless will.
Is one of these a concentration spell?
The speech is just a speech. I don't think it's a
Yeah, speech is just verbal.
paladin has the same kind of thing. A rallying
Um,
speech.
Bless is concentration up to 1 minute.
Oh,
Casting time, 1 action. So it's
So you-
concentration. So I have to concentrate on bless, but I don't have to concentrate on the speech.
cool. So you can bless me at the start of the fight.
Yes. Yep. Okay, just slap you on the back.
Love it.
You get D4 to your attack roll or saving throw.
Attack rolls. Okay, cool.
All right.
Good.
So you come out of your yurt all prepared, oiled up,
Bloodied up.
bloodied up.
Got my cool symbols, got your size symbol on me, got my tats from the last time the Goliath tatted us.
All right. You've got your new spear.
hmm
What shield are you carrying?
I just grabbed I made a shit shield.
Okay.
So
so
like
you've
I
got-
assume I could find a shield. Like
got a
they'd
shield,
give me
yeah.
a shield.
Yes.
So I just got a normal +2 shield.
All right.
No. Adds 2
Goliath
days.
shield will be like a massive long one for
Like
you.
a
as
wall
well.
shield, yeah.
Yeah, so which is kind of handy for you.
Would you want a wall shield or would you want a small?
Is that a thing?
Maybe if you
Well-
got like a buckler from a Goliath,
I
that'd
just
be
wanna
like
see
a
if it-
normal size
Right,
shield
that's
for you.
kind of true.
Are there
Mm.
other shields? I mean, like I thought it's just shield.
In D&D, there's only shields.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
I
happy
could-
with
we
just a
could-
normal shield. It's more my style.
Yeah, I mean, I would be prepared to homebrew a kind of wall shield, but it would have downsides to
Yeah,
do with
nah.
movement speed and stuff like that. And
I like to be quick on my feet.
right. Okay, so you come out and you see the pen where the Goliath are gathering around, and you can see the shaman is there. His name is Othal. Othal.
Foul.
Yeah, Othal. And so Othal oversees this whole business. And various Goliath stand about clearing the thing. There's some Goliath sweeping the floor, the ground in that area to make it a bit more flat and getting shit out of the way. A few tree branches and even leaves picked up. And you walk over to this spot, and it's very quiet and very still. You can smell the smoke fires in the distance. Have you had breakfast yet? Did you choose to eat before this?
Yeah, surely.
Nervous nibbles, I
Mhm.
guess. So yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. All right. And you see your first contender on the other side of the thing. Now, at this point, there are 5 stones in the jar, in the cookie jar, in the basket. And you see the other 4 contenders lined up over the other side. And they're being kind of, like boxes looked after by their people.
Oh right, okay. Getting
Yeah.
shoulder rubs and
Right.
cheers and shit.
Getting their paint on and stuff as well, in the way that you were doing earlier. But there's a certain amount of ceremony to it and ritual to it. It's very solemn. And there's some Goliath throat chanting going on in the background, causing this to feel very sacred. In any case, the first set of Goliath are brought together. The original chief and the one who now seems to be the biggest brute of the whole tribe. And they're put together in this pen, and they're each given their spears, and everybody stands by, and a bell is brought out. Not unlike, in fact, you realize that the bell that's brought out is a replica of the bell that you rang at your trial
On Fractos.
on Phraktos.
Mm.
And when that bell rings, there is a moment of stillness and wind, and you can feel the clouds passing overhead for a long moment, and then suddenly splinters of wood as the spear of the newcomer is tossed across the gulf between the two enemies and splinters the shield on the far side. The original chief knocked to the floor, pinned to the ground, cut in the side. He stands up and pulls the spear out as the bigger Goliath comes charging at him. He tries to break the end of the spear off and brace for the attack. And the second Goliath kicks the spear out of his hand and starts kicking him. And he starts getting up, using what's left of his shield to brace against the battering of the first Goliath. This goes on for a while. They're scrummaging around on the ground, fighting and scuffling, and scarring each other. They're both covered in blood now. Finally, the original chief grabs what's left of the spear, the head of it, and sticks it in the back of the big Goliath's head and kills him. And he goes down, lands face first in the mud, and he raises his hands and the bloody head of the spear over his head. And so it seems that on this day, Seagull will stay at least chief for the next 10 minutes until the next contender comes. And you can see that he's taken some damage there. So he's, depending on what the order is, you may fight him more or less intact, but then again, you might end up fighting someone quite fresh as well. Can you make your intimidation check, please? Did I get you to do that?
I think I did. I got like a 10.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Why don't you do it with advantage? Let's have an advantage.
All right, let's go again.
See whether or not that improves at all.
12.
Well, it's a little bit better. All right. Okay.
Those kitties are shaking in their boots.
Yeah. Okay. So then they tap you, Gimbal,
All right.
and you are asked to jump into the ring. Can I get you to roll initiative, please?
And this is against the big dude.
No, this is
chief,
against
previous chief.
The first chief. Yeah.
Yes.
Big
14.
dude is dragged off. He is dead as a
Gross.
doornail.
Yep.
14. Okay, cool. All right. Well, you do have initiative, and you and the original chief, he is given a new shield and a new spear. You notice some spare spears that are your size have been lined up as well, by the way. So you've got extra gear if you break anything.
Hey, that's kind of a vote of confidence, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so strong I break all my shit.
Possibly position.
Okay, so we're each on the opposite sides of the arenas, right? And so like we're just coming in.
Yeah.
There's 60 feet between us.
Sure. Yeah. Sure.
Okay, I will start like a I guess you'd say like a lion does. You know how they like walk along the
Circling?
side. Yeah, start
Yeah.
circling. So staying along the
Right.
edge.
He's doing the
And-
same thing, actually.
Okay, so he's not moving in. Okay.
And so are you going to say that for your first turn, that's your movement and action?
No. What I'm going to do, I'm going to
He's-
cast
Okay.
Zephyr Strike on myself.
Strike. Okay.
And so what will happen is for this turn, my movement speed will increase to 65 feet.
All right.
And so I'll, in a burst of, wind, I'll just dash, lunge at him and take 2 strikes with my spear at him.
All right.
So one of them, 16 to hit.
16 to hit. Yeah, that hits.
And that'll have an extra 1d8 force damage with the Zephyr Strike. Oh, that's an 8. So 12 damage for the first hit.
12 damage. Yeah.
And then, I miss 6 to hit.
And a miss. Okay.
And then I'll dash back and, I'll take a quick step back 5 feet.
And is that a disengage or an?
Well, for the next minute, I don't provoke opportunity attacks.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Damn.
So you step
Awesome.
back 5 feet.
Mhm.
Sadly, his range is more than 5 feet.
Yeah.
So he comes to hit you with the spear. His first attack misses. His second attack is a 20 to hit.
Yeah.
That will hit
Now
you.
I'm squishy and naked.
He only does 6 points of damage with that spear attack, though, and slashes you along the side of the face.
Okay. All right. So what I'll do then? How much? So 6.
Yep.
Okay. So that'll be. If you have, I have advantage on my next attack,
Okay.
and I've lost all of my temporary hit points now.
All right.
So,
Go.
then I will once again cast Zephyr Strike on myself,
All right.
and I'll go attack, advantage.
And incidentally, yes, all of your equipment was checked by the shaman Othel for magicness. 11 to hit does not hit.
11 does not hit, and the next one, 18 to hit.
That hits.
Cool. And so that'll again be the force damage from Zephyr Strike. So 4 plus 2, so 6 damage.
6
And then
damage.
I'm going to use the full movement speed of that to dash back 65 feet, or 60 feet to the other side of the ring again.
All right, so you dash away, leaving him quite frustrating, and the crowd are like, "Boo, Mog," which is giant for that's shit behavior.
I'm an elf. I can suck it up.
A couple of kids throw snowballs at you.
Little tits. All right. Well, what's his move then?
His move is to basically he starts just walking towards you with a spear and a shield. He just keeps trying to corner you somewhere, and he's circling, cornering you. No, he's not dashing.
All right. Well, let me know when he's at 30 feet. Then.
All right. He gets to 30. He gets to 30 feet.
Okay. So yeah, once he hits 30 feet, I'll run in again and I'll attack.
All right. Roll to hit.
And that is so 13, but I keep forgetting to add my 1d4 to my attack rolls.
Okay.
From Bless, so that'll be 16 to hit.
Right, and does that work for like how long? Does Bless?
A minute.
A minute. Wow, fuck, that's a long spell. Okay, very good. So you hit. Do you damage?
The first one will be 4 damage.
4 damage. Yep.
And then I'll attack again. Oh, a crit. Don't mind if I do.
Oh.
So that'll be another 2d6. 8 damage.
8 damage.
Crit.
Not amazing for a crit, to be honest.
It's not, but I don't. It's a crap. I don't have any. I've only got +1 on this fucking thing now.
You don't have any gear on, so that's why. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
It's
so you come in there. You smack the shit out of him for a minute with your spear, and now you're in range. He flails back at you with the spear. Tries to hit you with the butt end of it for a 17 to hit.
That will hit. Yes.
All right, this will actually be bludgeoning damage, so 9 points of bludgeoning damage. Hits you across the face, comes back with a second attack. This will be piercing damage if it hits. It's 19 to hit.
Yep.
Piercing damage, 10 piercing damage.
Okay.
It's your turn.
All right, well, that hurts. I'm going to attack back.
All right, roll to hit.
Oh, 8 plus. 9. Never mind. All right, that's a miss.
Does not hit. Okay, second attack.
15.
15 hits.
4 damage.
All right, is that
Chipping away?
Chipping away.
That will. Yeah, that's that for this turn.
All right, very good. He comes at you with a spear. 17 to hit.
Yep.
Come on, Gimbal.
I got this. I got it.
10 piercing damage.
Okay.
His second attack. 20 to hit.
Yep.
9 piercing damage.
Right. Okay. I'm going to cast Zephyr Strike again. Zephyr Strike.
Yep.
And this time I will I'll dash 40 feet away from him.
Okay.
And cast Cure Wounds at a 2nd level on myself.
Okay. Recover hit point.
Be 8. Fucking 8.
Okay.
8 HP back. Good old
All right.
2nd level.
Very good. That's your turn?
Yep, so about 40 feet away from him at this stage.
All right. He uses an action surge to charge at you.
Bastard.
So he doubles his speed to get to you, whereupon he takes 2 attacks. First one, 16 to hit.
Yep.
6 damage.
Okay.
Second attack, 19 to hit.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, 26 to hit. That was an 8.
Well, yeah, probably.
Plus 8 damage.
Alrighty. I'll
Russell,
do it.
do you think that I could use one of my battle master maneuvers, my commander's strike, to shout out some advice to Gimbal?
I think that's possible.
I'm gonna
Because Gimbal would have to make a perception check and hear you.
All right.
All right. So Gimbal, you make a perception check. Let's see what happens.
11.
11. Oh,
Are we?
Oh, wait, I'm blessed.
you're blessed.
Do I have it?
Yeah. Yeah. Add your
Plus
Ugh,
D4.
1.
D4.
12.
12.
Am
Twelve.
I
12
able
might
to
be just
use?
enough.
Oh,
Yeah. What were we going to say, Maria?
am I able to use the healing word, or is that considered cheating?
That would probably be considered cheating.
Okay.
All right. So with a commander's strike, I can
Yeah.
normally, if I was in combat, I would forego my action and use a bonus action to get them to strike using reaction and adding my superiority dice to it.
Dice to it. Okay.
So if I just roll a d8, can he add that to his attack, assuming it's successful?
Yep.
All right. All right. So I'm going to scream and go for his legs, Gimbal.
Okay. Can I do so I get a reactionary attack or?
Yep. Yep.
All right, cool. So I'll try to take a sweep with my spear at his legs.
All right. Roll a hit.
18 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. So you can
4
add
damage.
a d8.
A D8.
My d8. I'll roll it for you.
He's going to give you so 4 plus whatever you roll.
Don't roll a 1. It's only once.
Oh God, it's going so slowly. A 7.
7.
Ooh.
So 11 points of damage. All right.
Nice.
So you hit him for 11 points of damage with a bonus action, basically a free attack, which I'm going to give him a dex save to see whether he's knocked over. He fails. Yeah, so you knock him over. This gives you an opportunity attack again.
Wee.
Okay, cool. All right, so it's another opportunity attack. Okay. If I say, because I'm fucking running away again. 15 to hit.
15 hits him.
6 to hit.
6 to hit.
6 damage, so 6 damage.
Okay. 6 damage. Boof. Yep. Okay. He's very hurt.
Mhm.
And you realize that Josiah's advice was really good.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It's your turn. Oh, wait,
He's also
it's not
knocked
your
prone,
turn.
right?
He is prone, and he's going to make an attack at you with disadvantage. Why does that not have a disadvantage check on it?
Because it's telling you no.
Oh, it's because it's a damage roll. That's why. Disadvantage, everyone. Come here. Oh, the fuck. Okay. 19 and a 6. 13 to hit.
No.
Does not hit you. Okay.
I jump.
You jump.
Do a little hop.
All right. So he swings at you, misses, uses his movement to get to his feet, and holds an action.
Okay. So, oh, I know, because he just had his turn to attack me, so it was my turn.
Yeah.
After
Well,
he came in, he had his turn. He came in and attacked me.
Yeah.
And then Josiah shouted for me to have my reaction thing.
Right. So, is that you saying it's your turn now?
Yeah, because he
Makes
used
sense.
his dash to get up. So no, because he shouldn't be able to get up yet.
He's not up yet, is he?
Yeah.
That would
No,
make
he's still prone.
that would make sense. He's still prone then. Yeah.
So then I'll
You
take.
have advantage to your attack.
Lovely, cool. And I haven't actually hit with that last strike yet, so advantage attack. Ooh, hang on. Maybe I could roll really well. 12 to hit.
12 to hit? No. He rolls.
Wait,
rolls
what about you?
Second attack.
Did you get your 1d4?
I did.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
Damn.
All right.
terrible.
Second attack. So he's rolling along the floor.
Crit.
Oh,
Hey, whoa, hey.
and you crit him. All right,
A
let's see.
critical
So
hit.
11 damage from the spear plus 1d8 force damage from the strike.
1d8. You're rolling 2d8 to crit.
No. Oh, so the attack was that was 2d8. That was a 4 and a 6 plus 1 for my modifier.
Right.
So the 11 damage is the crit hit.
right.
8 damage is the. I don't know if the Zephyr's
Yeah,
strike.
you crit that too. You crit the dice on your
Aha.
total attack dice.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, it's another 5, so that's another 13 damage from the strike. So total 24.
24 damage. Okay. You smack him back, and blood's coming out of his mouth and nose now. And you knock one of his teeth out with the butt of your spear, and he coughs it up, spits it out, throws it out on the floor in front of him.
Good.
Blood stains on the ice. And you are staring at each other for a long moment before he suddenly lurches at you.
Hang on, because the last thing I wanted to do in that was then to use the Zephyr's strikes movement to allow me to run away again. 65 feet.
I mean, yeah, but like if you play it out,
run,
you're kiting him, right?
Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah.
as you run this time, he throws his spear.
Oh.
16 to hit.
Yes.
Ooh.
But it's a spear, and I don't.
Seven.
It's not a. If it's not a javelin, he should have like disadvantage or do way less damage with it. Because it's hard to throw a
prone.
normal spear as a weapon.
But he's also prone, right? So he'd
That's-
get advantage on ranged attacks.
How does it work?
He doesn't get.
Oh, no, it says
advantage
you can
on
throw
ranged
them.
attacks. Yeah, you can throw a
Yeah,
spear.
and spear is
okay.
a javelin. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. 7 damage.
I'm out.
Oh.
Oh.
That's just enough.
Oh. And he gets up and shakes his hands above his head and calls victory. And Gimbal is dragged off the site to the side. The Goliath combats continue, but Gimbal, you're currently unconscious. You can be stabilized without too much ado, but yes. Why don't you tell us one of your flashback memories from your death save list?
Sure. Hang on. Well, let's see if it actually succeeds or not first.
I think we'd
That's good.
probably
That's one safe.
stabilize you, Gimbal. One of us
Yeah.
would
Yeah,
do
I
a
can
medicine
do it.
check on you.
I think he's
Yeah.
determining if it's a good or a bad death
Oh,
save.
right.
Yeah, that's
Sure.
all. God damn it, Hank! The poop-filled pants ones.
What?
Okay, so I'm gonna say I'm running out, running for the light out of a tunnel, with one other ranger, and we're both bloodied and bruised, bolts flying through the air, and strike the last ranger, dropping him as I run past and out, and so the light
Right.
will like be the last thing that I dream.
Cool. Right. And some feeling perhaps of drow.
And failure, drow and failure.
Drow and failure. That could be the name of this episode. No, that's
Oh, and failure.
It should be an episode though. Excellent. Okay, so you come out of the tunnel from into the light, and you open your eyes, and you've just been medicine checked. You have 1 hit point, unless somebody heals you.
I can heal him. Cure wounds. Where is it?
Gave it your best, Gimbal.
Thought I had him.
25.
25.
25.
Yep, that was
Far
third,
out.
third
That's
level.
a hell of a cure wounds, wasn't it?
Yeah.
3rd level cure wounds.
All right,
Fuck.
good.
Wakes
Well,
up
then I'll
like,
get
"Let me
up.
back it up."
So, okay, so the various Goliath trials continue for some time, and of course, in the very next combat, the chieftain is slain,
Could have done that.
but by a fresh Goliath. So
Mm.
it was a little bit unfair by that.
This game's rigged. That fighting's rigged. It should be 1 versus 1, and then the winners fight each other the next day.
right after they've all been cure wounded.
Yeah, bloody Goliaths.
All right. Well, you know
Ah.
they've got their rules.
I don't have him.
Do you guys stick around for the rest of these trials, or are you planning to move off?
I think I think we've still got business here. We need to see what we can
I
do
think-
to leverage.
Exactly. I think we need to see who the next chief is.
Right. Very good. So these trials continue. The fight after that, the guy that was, know what, just to mix it up.
How close was I?
How close were you? Out of game, you weren't that far off. He had 18 hit points left.
Yes.
Although to be fair, he could have used his special blessing of retribution to heal 20 hit points at any time.
Ah, fuck. Okay, yeah, I wouldn't have got him.
And he also had a action surge. Oh no, I think I used.
He used that.
Yeah.
He dashed at me and beat
Yeah.
the shit out of me.
Mm.
I was pretty confident.
You
Okay.
could have with better dice rolls, and it could have gone either way. The biggest problem there was that you guys weren't wearing armor.
Yeah, and the spear is. I'm not good with a spear.
It was
Plus one.
Yeah, he was doing good hits with the spear. Anyway, so that's all over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Too close to the chieftain.
Too close to the chieftain. Wait a moment. All right, so in the end, it's a female Goliath that takes the chieftain's role.
Very good.
Her name is Berkana.
What's she like?
What's she like? She has plaited, long, silver hair wound into two buns on either side of her head. What is she like? Well, she's a Goliath. She's quite cold. She has a steely glare. She's fast and fights with a rage that only a barbarian might know.
Badass.
Yeah.
What are her political views?
I'm not going to
Same,
hang
I
around
imagine,
for
for
the. I'm
Goliath.
going to go back to the tent. I don't want to hang around for it. You guys can talk to her. I'm shamed.
Aw.
I'm gonna drop out now,
I'm
guys.
going to go mope.
Out of game, how many of your characters have been shamed so far?
All of them.
At one
all
time.
get
Not
They all
me,
get-
I think.
I
No,
mean,
like-
Hank had to poop in a helmet. You know.
I
think
was
that's
publicly
pretty shaming.
flogged, and what else? I'm pretty sure another thing embarrassing has happened to me.
Yeah.
I
just
almost got
Um,
made a
Oh,
like
didn't
a
somebody
Oh.
nearly got fucked up by Queen Claresca's
Me,
guard?
that was me as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, that's right. The
Yeah.
attempting to like
Talking-
Yeah,
work around the truth bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
guess she
almo- I
embarrassed me, so I
almost-
was shamed.
I almost became like an ogre chieftain's nightly plaything.
No one was around to see that though.
Yeah,
Yes,
maybe,
that's also
maybe I
shameful.
omitted that actually. Maybe I didn't tell you guys.
That is Hank's
about that.
dark
Yeah.
secret that he will never
Yeah,
admit.
almost.
It's like, I might be in over my head here.
Yeah,
How did I get into this?
yeah.
Uh-oh.
All right,
So-
I'm gonna drop out, guys, because I got preparations
Yep.
to do. But
Oh.
Okay.
I mean, I'll see two of you later, and I'll see everyone else in chat.
All right.
Yep.
Well, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess
cool.
we can end there. I was going to go a little bit longer because I.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
You guys can
we'll
go
leave it
longer.
there because then there could
You
be
guys
like
can go
now-
longer, and I'll just pick it up on the.
We'll tack some time on the end of the next game.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
Okay.
Yep, sounds good.
All right. See you guys later.
Have a
Bye-bye.
good
Catch you later.
Bye bye.